There we go. Kitty, what are you doing? Don't get up there. Good morning, everyone. It's a very tired morning. Once again, it's always a tired morning. Today, I've also decided to be cute. And today, I am not that late. I am only a little bit late because the thing that I had prepared for to watch like Sele's One Day Adventure, it wasn't like hooked. I think that's what they call it, just like hooking something to just like work with OBS for some reason. And I just had to like rehook it and re-prepare it so that it would actually work. And that's pretty much it. Took me like a minute. It's really quick. It's actually really easy for the thing that I wanted to do. Good morning, Strom. Wait, it's not morning for you. Good night, Strom. Yes, it is indeed very good that there is no work for you. I'm very happy that you don't have any work to do this couple of days. I still got some stuff to do later, of course. But it is time for Honkai Impact Third, and that's what matters. Now that I think about it, yep, there we go. Everything should be working. So today we're gonna be continuing with. I'm just giving my cat some like chin rubbies. Gotta use my left hand. I'm terrible with my left hand. Today we're gonna be continuing with not that, with this. Chapter 24, the Legion Theater, and this is exactly the CG that we were left on chapter 23, where they're just like planning their next move, the Legion Herrscher. But before we get into it, I'm gonna leave that like that. Let's pull up Sele's One Day Adventure. So the thing about Sele's One Day Adventure is that my friend told me that it's following the same whatchamacallit, the same rule set as the events, where it's not voiced in Japanese. It is available in for like all the players to actually like watch it, but only the Chinese players get the dub. Or well, not the dub, they get the voice for the event. So since I like voices and I don't mind, well, Mandarin or whatever language that they're using, and because I'm not sure, traditional Mandarin, whatever. I'm gonna watch it like that with English subs, of course. So let's see. Sele's One Day Adventure. Sele's One Day Adventure. The only thing is that the Sele's One Day Adventure with like Chinese dub and Ian subtitles isn't actually like on well, on the Honkai Impact official YouTube channel. So I just hope that this person doesn't actually like get mad. And if that person does get mad, then well, we'll cross that bridge once it gets here. Let me see. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. There's one. Actually, just when I was looking for them, I saw the one that the official one, and then I saw another one that actually was needed to like had like a chapter kind of like scene thingy where they had to like select the chapter every single time. And now I'm looking at another one, and it has no like chapter selection, and I think I'm gonna use that one. The only thing is that it also has like subtitles in Spanish, but I'm not sure we'll live with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, let's see. This should be working. Now let's unmute it. And okay, it's not working. uh, I see. So every time my browser changes like its quote unquote title, it unhooks. But there we go. There it is. This is how it's supposed to be. It has subtitles both in Spanish and English. And it has voice acting in Chinese. So now Let's see what this Sele's one-day adventure is all about, as I already see something that's going on. I see the fruits, or like the seeds of jealousy sprouting right here. If it's too loud or anything like that, do tell me. Or if it's too low, do tell me. I haven't actually played around with like the volume myself, so we'll see how this works. The first time React content. I'm now a React tuber, so let's have some fun with it. There we go. This is one of the things that I was really waiting for. Is just like all three of them actually just like getting together to do something. Right, Kiana? The seeds of jealousy has already grown into a big ass tree. Cute. They actually don't share like a diary. Jenny's voices are actually pretty good. That's always. The jealousy. Oh, is she trying to like stop her from going to the cafe but doesn't know how to go about it? Silly. Is she terrible at lies? Do we have another like cute gap in like the sentence? Is she like terrible at lying? Awkward. She's trying to stop her. Oh? Oh? So this is Sele's one-day adventure. Is Red Sele's one-day adventure? She's even jealous of the kids. My heart. A classic. 原
来是邪恶的大灰狼伪装成了外婆。希儿姐姐，接下来小红帽怎么样了呀
She gets eaten.
小红帽突然笑了起来，说：“真有趣，没想到猎物竟然自己送上门来了。他挥舞着镰刀，只用一击就把大灰狼的脑袋砍了下来。小红帽看着刚才还张牙舞爪的大灰狼
What about Grandma? Grandma was inside the wolf.
知道我的斗篷为什么是红色的吗？小红帽失望地摇了摇头，提着篮子，拿起镰刀，迈上了寻找更多更强猎物的旅途。这就是小红帽通过
Live effects.
改变命运的故事，怎么样啊？怕了吧？怕的话，以后就不要总是缠着希儿了。好厉害！啊，好厉害！我还是第一次听到这样的童话故事呢。
There's a game where Little Red Hood is actually like really violent, if I remember correctly, right?
希儿姐姐，明天你
Or like a story, or a movie. Well, 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 who would have known? Red said it's actually pretty good with kids.
小孩子可真难懂。
啊，
希儿，来了。
her biggest rival at the moment.
呀，天哪，姐姐大人呢 ？Bronya 刚才突然被爱因斯坦博士叫走了。我们两个去，不要等他了。好机会，趁姐姐大人不在，就让我在今天。
Also, it's pretty cute that Seele actually planned for like a cafe date with with Kiana and Bronya, so that Red Seele would actually go to the cafe date
好呀好呀，那我们快去吧。
instead of her.
我要大份芒果千层蛋糕，配香草和巧克力的双球冰淇淋。
Oh god, that actually sounds so good.
每天吃这么多甜食，不太好吧？要不然我们以后就不要。
She's already like sweating and being like all nervous. She's terrible at excuses.
你放心，我每天刷牙刷得可认真了。不是，
Good girl.
看来得换个方法。这个咖啡店离盐湖基地很远吧？每天都这么跑来跑去，挺麻烦的。要不我们以后就……是啊，真的好远。我上次也跟 Bronya 这么抱怨来着，然后 Bronya 说，因为这家店里的蛋糕好吃，所以再远也值得。还说这是他吃过第二好吃的蛋糕，仅次于希尔亲手做给他的。
Hey.
我说，希尔，你的意思是以后不跑这么远了，你亲手做给我们吃？什么？你是怎么理解成？希尔真的好温柔，不过这样太麻烦你了。你的心意我领了，我们还是继续来这里就好。这是什么量子级理解力？看来太间接的说法都行不通。不如我干脆一点，直接断了这条路。
It's the power of positivity, Seele.
其实有件事我一直没有告诉你。什么？其实我一点都不喜欢甜食，我喜欢吃辣，超辣的那种。所以我们以后就不要。希尔，又怎么了？你是说，你其实根本不喜欢吃甜食？是啊，希尔，我好感动。啊，你不喜欢吃甜食，还愿意天天陪着我和 Bronya 来，果然希尔温柔又善解人意。我真是完全没有
poor Red Seele. Nothing's going according to plan.
告诉了我，我一定也要努力向希尔学习。
I mean, this like thing that she said is not a lie. She doesn't like sweets, and she only likes super spicy food. It's only Blue Seele that likes sweets.
糟了，是姐姐大人。姐姐大人一向敏锐，要蒙混过去可不简单。这里还是假装看风景，悄悄溜过去。希尔，果然还是
How were you thinking
下午好
that was even gonna work?
Bronya 姐姐，怎么了 ？Bronya 姐姐，希尔今天怪怪的。有吗？可能是昨晚没休息好吧。希尔明明和 Bronya 约好了，每天数100只中装小兔，然后好好睡觉的。数什么玩意儿？数那个。
That sounds so ridiculous.
昨天数了300只都没能睡着，可能是这方法不灵了吧？你说谎。啊 ？Bronya 从来没有做过那种约定。
Gotcha.
临时编的。什么？而且数中装小兔，并不能帮助睡眠。自己说出来了。你不是那个希尔，你是。Bronya 姐姐说什么呢？希
I'll push you off the stairs again. Oh, no.
不然念姐姐，其实我因为要给孩子们念故事，所以最近在学习演反派。你看我演的像不像？布朗尼亚记得希尔上次说他睡觉打呼噜，所以今天布朗尼亚给希尔带了点安神茶。这回你可骗不了我了。希尔睡着的时候，我一直都在旁边盯着他，他从来不打呼噜，只是偶尔会说些可爱的漫话。
That's really cute, but oh.
把你刚才听到的事全忘掉，听到没有？什么？全部都忘掉，从脑海里删除，清空，不许留下任何记忆。就算突然结束。
Red Seele, the Stalker Seele.
商量的余地，是指属中长小兔的事，还是演反派的事
Are you sure this isn't the Yandere Seele?
盯着希尔睡颜。不许重复，不许说出来，全部都忘掉，彻底忘掉。Ronia， 刚才有件事忘了跟你说。
啊。
不好意思，打扰了你了，请继续。
The power of a cabedon. Oops. ，You're Red still giving like a lot of like gender flags even if she isn't one.
我正想去找你呢，来得刚好，帮我测试一下新的作战机甲，拆死了3027，这款可是我真心。
So about what I was saying. About what I mentioned about the yandere thing.
这是特斯拉博士的新机甲吗？还挺有设计感的。
I'm sorry.
想过可以把机甲的身体拆成2节。
Very avant-garde.
鸡窝头，这可是我最新研发的机甲泰斯拉3027，居然就彻底拆成铁块了。想开点，至少还成型。那个丫头，平时有这么凶猛的吗？也许每个人都有不为常人所知的一面。
Maybe Einstein already knows. It sounds like she might know.
不管做什么，都事与愿违，全都和我想的不一样。还对姐姐大人说了那种话，最后还拿龙虾头博士的机甲撒气。我到底都在做什么呀？希尔塔一定对这样的我很。
Nah, you'll fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. She'll never be disappointed in you.
桌上有张纸条，打开抽屉。这是昨天希尔打包回来的蛋糕，还有一封信。这纸是希尔那本日记本上撕下来的，他昨天就是在写这个。致希尔。吓了一跳吧？用写信的方式与你交流还是第一次，毕竟我们一直生活在同一具身体里，熟悉彼此的每个想法。但正因为如此，也会有难以说出口的话，会有因为太过习以为常而被忽视的言语，所以我才想要以这样的方式正式对你说一句：谢谢你，感谢你一直以来对我的照顾，感谢你包容着我的软弱、胆怯、畏缩不前。正因为有你在，我才能鼓起勇气走到现在。你是我最不可或缺的、无可替代的重要之人。
Seele, my heart.
这个蛋糕真的好好吃，我咬第一口的时候就想分享给你了，所以特地给你带回来了一份。因为想给你一个惊喜，就一直瞒着你，抱歉了。不知道你什么时候才能看到这份礼物，蛋糕的口感可能会不如当时的了。果然，下次还是一起去吃吧。希尔，笨蛋，笨蛋，笨蛋，笨蛋，什么嘛！害我担心那么久。
Hello, Hima. Yes, I am very much a big Red Seele lover, or Veliona, as some people have called her. that I know of.
冰淇淋球吧，可是这种天气，冰淇淋球带回来会化掉的。
I mean, how can you not like her? Look at her, she's so cute.
反正是我问我的，我可就答应了。
She acts all tough, but she's like really nice. And just calls everybody an idiot.
希尔今天应该没有问题吧？
I find it really cute that when she's out, her hair grows, but when she's inside, she has like short hair.
她一个人的话，果然还是让人放心不下。还是去看看到底发生了什么吧。希尔姐姐，我想明白了，我知道你想教我们的东西了，就像小红帽靠自己的努力就能改变命运一样，我也将扭转万象。
Where have I heard that quote before? I will reverse all creations.
我在盐湖城里发现了一家非常正宗的川菜馆，我们今天一起去吧，去吃朝天椒炒泡椒，超辣的那种。来继续昨天的战斗吧，希尔！我的胎死了3028号一定会完成对你的复仇。
None of it's really cute, by the way.
Bronya 姐姐，早上好呀！早上好。Bronya 姐姐，是不是不太舒服？感觉脸有点红。难道是发烧了吗？没有，只是抱歉，希尔。Bronya 不想问昨天的事。
Ah,
那也是 Bronya 宝贝。
the power of the Cabedon.
到底是发生了什么？
Ah, and it's Ogre. You don't see any of the other videos. Those videos were never there. How can you not love Red Seele after seeing all that? After the entirety of chapter 23 and this very adorable little like animation. Like I mentioned before that one of the greatest things in creation are chibi characters. Because chibi characters are just absolutely cute in every way, shape, or form. And so they have like an animation with chibi characters. And especially it's all about Red Seele, the absolute most adorable little tsundere that there has ever been ever seen in my entire life. Trying to make everybody stay away from Seele because she wants her for herself, except it doesn't work because everybody's really nice and everybody's really nice to Seele as well. And she created 20 gazillion misunderstandings for poor Seele. I love it. Oh, I love him. I love him. And also the whole thing at the end where it's just like, oh, I've been having... Maybe she already knows that Red Seele is already being kind of like jealous of her going to the cafe every single day with Bronya and Kiana. Because before she was like, Kiana, do you not know any other name? And then she mentioned Bronya and Kokoria as well. So maybe she was thinking like, maybe I've been like, I haven't been with my other me for a long time. So I'll just, you know, one day I'll say that I won't be going to the cafe, but actually I'll be going to the cafe, but it will be with myself. With the other me. Kind of thing. They're both just too cute. Also, there was some nice fuel to the Bronya Seele shipping in that little like animation, the Cabedon. And Einstein just like walking in on them and not being just like, this is like a normal thing that's happening. Just oh wait, actually Einstein was a little bit too calm with that. It's just like, I've seen this before. No, I'm sorry for interrupting. Have a nice day. But yeah, it's just the more I see Red Seele, the more I'm just like, she's the tsundere, but she also fits the yandere. But we already know she's far more Sun than she is Jan. Now I'm really curious, where was the yandere Blue Seele born from? What was it that actually just like made it happen? Was it an event? Was it another like little animation? Is it just like a thing in the fandom that some people like really like? and it only like sticks to the fandom, and it's not actually part of like a, or it doesn't get like kind of like hinted at from like any content from the official Honkai Impact, because since they're supposed to be like opposites, it could happen that somebody just thought like, oh, if red Seele is tsundere, then and blue Seele is the opposite and should be a yandere kind of thing. I could definitely see that happen, because I've had those sort of like little like imagination kind of things as well. So it's like I understand. I understand and I accept it. Maybe it's just fanon from the community. Maybe it could be. Everybody always has fun, just like making the characters do like some extra stuff based on like their imagination, and sometimes it sticks really well, and the rest of the community is just like, oh, this is perfect, and they just keep going with it. So it could be. Well, that was just as sweet as the cake that both of the sellers ate. And I wonder if Kiana is good with chili. I mean, she did mention that it's just that she wasn't actually tasting the curry in the other chapter to be able to tell if she's actually like the curry that she tasted in like in one of these chapters. I can't remember which one it is from this two. And she said that, it's like really spicy and it's really good. It hits just the spot, but she was actually like, she couldn't taste it, and she was sweating from the fact that it was so difficult to actually eat and keep like her little like lie about her being fine. I wonder if she's good with spicy food. I mean, Kenna eats everything, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's good with spicy food. But anyway, let's continue with chapter 24, the Legion Theater, because we have to start with a little movie. Let's go. The audio's fine, right? Let me just alt tab to check. Are you playing the Elysian Realm story? Yeah, I'm planning. Apparently the story for the Elysian Realm, as told by my friend, starts at a certain point in time in the from like the main story, and the game apparently tells you when it starts. So I have to think if I'm gonna be starting it at that spot, or if I'm gonna be starting it a little bit later. I have to think about it. I have to see how the story goes, to see if I just start it there or if I start before before it's needed. I don't know if I'm explaining myself really well, but yeah, I am planning on playing it. Rustling sounds arose. Noises soon filled the entire space. Clanks of hard objects colliding, clicks of joints twisting, and thuds of wooden blocks rubbing against each other. Also, because Strom, I've been like sort of like thinking about stuff and just like theorizing things, and Strom just says, this answer you'll find it in the Elysian Realm story, and it's just like, well, it's making me play it even more. So yeah. Of course I'm gonna play it if there's a lot of story hidden in it, or a lot of like answers hidden inside it. No light, no heat, no life, and no senses. Like a droplet falling into dead water, a strange noise set off infinite ripples. Hey ya. I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it. I don't even know what this is. It echoes on and on. Clanks of hard objects colliding, clicks of joints twisting. You can start after chapter 28, but don't start chapter 21 before Elysian Realm. Alright. And thuds of thousands of wooden blocks rubbing against each other. The noises took over the void space. So you think I should start before chapter 28? What do you think, Strom? Do you also think the same way that I should start the Elysian Realm before chapter 28? We're back on this spot. Oops. The gavel hit the table hard. Also, Elysian Realm story is 30 plus hours. Good luck. Yeah, it might take a while to actually get through it. I think with the fact that Elysian Realm 30 plus hours, it's gonna cement the fact that I'm not gonna be able to get to part 2 on this patch. Oh yeah, Elysian Realm is a story after chapter 28. Oh, from Twitch. Thank you for the follow, Camilla Hudson. You're probably like lurking, so don't worry about it. Oh, you're not lurking. What's up? What's up? How's it going? How's your day? How's your morning, afternoon, or night, depending on the time zone that you're in? I'm here just playing some Honkai Impact, and I'm continuing with the story because I want to get I want to see what's going on with the how long have you been playing this game? It's been probably a month or like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something around that time, but I haven't been playing that long on Twitch. I've been playing it on YouTube. The bots are still there if you want to check them out. But yeah, I just kind of decided that I wanted to try like multi-streaming because a lot of VTubers are actually on Twitch. So I didn't want to feel isolated. And so I started with the multi-streaming. But of course, I started this game late on Twitch. But everything else is still there on YouTube. So it's all fine. That's why I like YouTube. Because the bots are there forever. And on Twitch, they're gone in like, what was it, 7 days? 14 days? They don't last. 降りてこい!
まずいつも通りに説明するが、今日は近況報告と次の行動方針を決める日だ。
Oh yeah, and if you hear me talking to someone else, I'm just talking to the chat in YouTube. I'm not talking to my inner demons or anything like that, or my my other Kabu. As we just played through the Seele story, so we know about the other Seele. Do you stream any games beside it? Currently, not. I do have like a lot of games that I do play, but I'm really trying to catch up with the story of like all these games because they're live service games, so they get updated every so often. And I've always heard like very good things about all of the Hoyoverse games. Do you have a Twitch link? Ooh, I haven't added on my description. Give me a second. Let me give it to you real quick. I should be able. Wait. Channel. Here. Sorry. I'll be back with you in a second, Camilla. Me, a new streamer? Yes, absolutely, I'm a new streamer. Where is it? Here it is. That's not the right one. Here it is. Right. So as I was saying, I am playing through this game like completely, and then going on to Genshin Impact, finishing that one, or like catching up with the story, then going into Honkai Star Rail and finishing the story on that one. And after I'm like caught up with like everything, I'm gonna be like a bit more free in playing any other like game on stream, because of course I play other games off stream. I play League, I play what else? I play Apex, I play Helldivers, and like other single player games that I'm sort of just like completing. But mainly I'm not playing any new single player games at the moment. I think I'm gonna save them for whenever I want to like stream them. Best of luck. Thank you. And there's Himal. Looks like someone has arrived on Twitch. But yeah, that's my plan. Oh right, Lethal Company and content warning. I'm gonna be participating in a collab tomorrow on Lethal Company, so there's that. Can I suggest something? Sure, go ahead.
報告する必要はないだろう。毎回同じ。あちこち破壊するだけだ。そうだ。そういうちっぽけな破壊ばかり。私たちは律者だ。虫キャラたちの醜い文明を破壊するんだろ。
We're Herrschers and we're doing only monkey business. Where have I heard this before about this Herrscher being like the weakest but having one of the strongest powers, or like a very, very OP power? Strum. Are you sure you didn't turn into a puppet?
喧嘩が始まった。夜に用事があるからもう失礼するよ。何かあったら後で伝えて。は、誰だあんた？知らないんだけど。
No one listened to the judge panel. You increase a little bit of artwork, like start with the basic stuff, that is logo, banner, and then your channel grows because viewers and followers are attracted to your profile. Yeah, but currently it's more of like a hobby little thing. Like if you look at my numbers are like insanely small. like very very close to like the 0. They're closer to 0 than it is to 10, as you might have noticed. So I'm taking this like very very lightly now. I'm just having fun japping about the games that I'm playing. But if like some growth ends up happening, then I can like whatchamacallit, I can start thinking about that. But currently I'm not very interested in it because it feels like I might just waste money. Can I ask something if you don't mind? Sure. Everyone was sorry. Everyone was. Give me a second. I'm gonna clear my throat. The morning throat clears. Everyone was busy playing their own part on the stage in the theater of domination. I will clank clank them one day. Oh yes, you will. You love your clank clank clanking of the puppets. Maybe it was far more interesting than playing themselves in their miserable real life.
今週私たちは合計32機の発電所を破壊し、それにより20にも及ぶ都市に宮殿と交通トラブルをもたらした。
32 power plants destroyed. That's a lot. And well, traffic jams are traffic jams. There's still gonna be traffic jams in every city, so I'm not very worried about it. I like to see all my work. If you wanna, I had an artist come here before. If you wanna throw something at me, you can throw it at me on Twitter, and I'll just keep it there for whenever I wanna do that thing, that kind of like work, when I wanna commission some of that work. They have a Discord. No, I currently don't have like a Discord. I have only a personal Discord, but I'm keeping that for personal. You can throw it at Twitter, at my Twitter. You should there should be like a link right below like the stream.
ランドンさん、あなたの故郷も含まれているよ。喜ぶべきことでしょう。あなたは小さい頃からあの建物が嫌いだったから。人違いだよ。ランドンはここじゃない。向かいに座ってる。
With this chapter came Honkai Impact that was getting bullied because of one incident that happened in Global 3rd anniversary because of Bunny Girl and the Chinese players. An incident with Bunny Girls and the Chinese player base?
違うよ。ランドンは来てないよ。バルキリーに倒されたんだから。
Oh, he's dead.
私たちの努力により11社の大企業が破産申請を提出した。その中にはアーサーの父親の会社も含まれている。
11 corporations.
アーサーの貢献に感謝を。
Can I send the link of what? The what is it? The like incident? Not the 3rd anniversary incident? I think I'm missing a little bit of history here.
ああ、父親が家族との時間を作ってくれないってよく文句を言ってたよな。もう会社に行かなくていいんだ。
When you get free from stream, kindly check your Twitter, please. Yep. Don't worry about that. I'll check it. I would really appreciate you. I mean, wait, Alicia, weren't you here before? Oh, it's first time chat? I swore I saw your name somewhere before. Let me see. Oh, I see some Honkai fan art there. I swear. Yes! I did see your stuff, Alicia. This link, as it is censored. Follow you on Twitter. Can you follow back because there was privacy? I can't send a message. It should be open. Should be able to actually send a message through like message request. I'm here about the second or third time. Yeah, I do remember you. I did check it out, but like I mentioned, it's just like I'm not doing anything of that right now. I'm just gonna have it there saved if I do need something. Portfolio of my work on Discord. Feel free to on your Discord. Feel free to ask something on Discord. No problem. Don't worry about the link, please.
特に注目してほしいのが、私たちの引き起こした混乱が収まらないせいで、 2つの国で武力衝突が始まった点だ。このままだと内乱も早々にありそうだな。
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on with the background?
関係があるの？何もしてなくてもいずれそうなってた気がするけど。まあ、そう言ってるんだ。ここは私たちの功績ということにしておこう。行動の途中でかなりの邪魔が入った。いまいましいバルキリーどもめ。私たちは多くの仲間を失った。彼らは回収され、分解され、もう言いたくもない。
Recycled. Do they mean that the experiments that probably Einstein and Tesla are doing with the puppets that they find?
みんなには現状を維持してもらい、今まで通り頑張ってもらいたい。いつか私たちが世界を変えるんだ。
I wonder if there's another bug that if you try to alt tab too many times or like for too long, it actually like screws up the animation of the background. Yatta!
やっと終わるんだな。さあ、今から次の戦略を。提案がある。
Excited puppet. May Herrscher of Thunder hair is long as hell. Yep, it is really, really long. I know because I actually unlocked her from one of the boxes, the free boxes, and played as her. Yep, it's continuing with the normal plan.
私たちを目の敵にするネゲントロピー、天命、それからヨルムンガンドに宣戦布告を。そうだ、私たちの凄さを見せてやらないと。ヨルムンガンド？どこの組織だ？初めて聞いた。バカだな。ヨルムンガンドも知らないのか？お前の脳みそ大丈夫かよ。
Thank you for the follow, Alicia. I did notice that from like my phone notifications that you probably sent me another message. Oh, another one stood up.
私たちは断りの律者の力をまだ使いこなせていない。今まで通り世界各地でゲリラ戦を繰り返しながらゆっくりと力の扱い方を覚えるべきだ。
This puppet is actually kinda smart.
そうだ。今の私たちでは装甲車も作れない。正面作戦で勝てるわけがない。
Yeah, they barely were able to make like a knife and a chainsaw.
臆病者め。そうすれば彼らにかっこ撃破され、仲間の数が減り続けるだけだ。
いや、盲目的に攻めてもどうせ死ぬだけ。
私たちが彼らに勝てないというのか？
I mean, a lot of them already got taken out, so yes. The excited one charged at the calm one, and two started to brawl. Herrscher of Reason, more like Herrscher of Sandbag. Don't be mean to poor Bronia and Welt. Once you check it, please confirm me. Confirm. And a promotion, another thing. No. This is a short time of. Like I mentioned, I'm really like not gonna be doing any of that right now, so I'm gonna have to kindly decline for now. Did you know Myth and Royd, who made Overload anime opening 3? I do know Myth and Royd, but I don't think I remember watching enough of Overload. Overload? Overlord? Is it Overload or Overlord? Because I've only watched Overlord, and I haven't gotten that far. Okay, it's not bugging out. This reminds me of the meme of the monkeys from The Simpsons just like fighting each other. And all of them are just like two puppets are in the middle, just like battling it out, and everybody's just like, "Who you're betting on?" The guy that wants to join in. The two tussle with each other as more and more joined them.
二人の意見はそれぞれ一理あるが、
Alright, this Herrscher is a little bit of a joke. They keep doing so much random stuff instead of actually doing Herrscher E thingies. Everyone stopped all at once. Some raised their hand. Some others raised their hand. Hmm? I mean, that might mean that they're just on the fence on it. Myth and Royd made Honkai Impact Global 3rd anniversary, but Chinese got jealous from the video and music and got them to remove it from the official channel. Well, there's some really cringe players from the Chinese player base. There's a lot of really good like players. Like with any community, there's like a large amount of like good players, and there's also like a very large amount of like bad players. And the problem is that the bad players, whenever something happens that they don't like, they don't just like complain about it. They scream their lungs out. They lose their voices over it. Like apparently there's like a thing happening with Blue Archive where they're getting a collab with Mahjong Soul, and people are getting mad with it because they think that it's here's the thing. This is gonna sound absolutely ridiculous because it is absolutely ridiculous. They think that it is NTR of the Blue Archive girls with whatever self-insert character you're supposed to have in Mahjong Soul. That's the reasoning for it. That's the reason that they're screaming. That's how bad some players can be. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's stupid as hell. But I mean, for people like that, you kind of just like ignore them. You just don't care about what they're doing. You just look at them, you just mock them real quick, just like give them a little snicker like, losers. And then you just like never see them again. They'll quiet down later on. Hmm.
私たちは世界の本質を暴いたまでだ。偽りの仮面を引き裂き、その最も純粋な部分をより多くの人たちに見せつけてやろう。私たちの勝利は変わらない。なぜならこの世界は変えられないからだ。そしてネゲントロピー、天命、ヨルムンガンドに関しては。
The great Herrscher of negative emotions.
美しいものが所詮ただの偽りにまみれた存在であると人類が気づいた時、私たちが手を出すまでもなく代償を支払わせようとするものが現れるだろう。以上、解散。
So I think because one of them actually screamed coward and stuff like that, that the guerrilla tactics continue to be like the approach that they're going to be taking. All right, now on to actual whatchamacallit, gameplay. Run now, a storm is coming and the crows are calling. Another, oh, May! In the story stages, trial battlesuits must be deployed. Apart from the required battlesuits, you can also deploy your own battlesuits. This is new. You lied to me. I don't see my battlesuits here. I only see the trial battlesuits. Aishan, you lied to me. Anyways, I was only gonna be playing May anyway, so it doesn't matter in the end. Alright, now let's see what's going on with May. Lurking at the street corner, this bar was almost invisible if not for a dim and pale light. The original beach outfit in Honkai Impact got removed because one of the player complained about saying MiHoYo over sexualizes characters, and that got said. She got into the Chinese government to involve. They got the Chinese government involved, and the skin got removed. We had that beach skin. You're officially an old veteran. Yeah, they're very whatchamacallit. They have like their own rules over there, so I can see how they can haters can abuse them, because the company is from China. So yeah, I can see how I can get abused by the aunties or like the haters. I gotta remember to use like more of like an English wording rather than because aunties is actually like a more of a Japanese wording that for haters. So I just gotta remember to like not use that. I love this song, so good. Before the wine rack, May and Raven stood next to each other. May followed the instruction and nudged the bottle. With a creaking sound, a screen emerged. Hmm. Smart.
鋭いな。どうやらお前もこちらの生活に慣れてきたようだ。
Having traveled with World Serpent for a while, May now appreciates why I could stay. May now appreciates why you could stay under the radar for so long. Surveillance cameras everywhere, interlinked hidden passages, and shady areas few there to set foot on. Life here has a full set of rules. It's like a massive and obscured shadow cast by the world. Every single time that I hear this music, I am instantly reminded of Maid of Abyss. I still really want to watch the newest like season. Grey Serpent. Today's the day to contact Snake. The voice coming from the screen sounded devoid of any emotions, almost inhuman, because it is. Or maybe it wasn't a human under the mask anyway.
仕方ないだろ。2つの事件現場が離れていた上に道路が封鎖されてたんだ。分かってくれ。
The roads were all blocked, so I'm guessing this has to do with the traffic jams that the Herrscher of the Legion Herrscher is actually doing.
そんなのはどうでもいい。結論を話してくれ。
結論は何の進展もなし。
Grey Serpent didn't comment and waited for more.
2つの倉庫にはどちらも侵入の痕跡があり、荷物の破壊も事実だ。私たちの到着が遅かったからか、それとも相手が事前に準備していたのか。人形に関する手がかりはなかった。他の案件のように失踪者に関する報告も出ていない。
No missing person, no clues leading to the puppets.
律者によって引き起こされたものとはまだ断定できない。何かを見落としたか、もしくは今回の相手が今までとは違う可能性もある。
But for them to get by without the World Serpent knowing with how good they are at like covert operations, it'd be strange for it to not be the Herrscher. Grey Serpent took a moment to process the information.
追跡を続けるんだ。今回の事件は人形が関わっているだろう。それに、この個体は行動パターンが他のとは違って妙だ。
わかった。
Grey Serpent nodded and turned to May.
そちらはどうだ？
ヨルムンガンドの名義を勝手に使った密輸グループ。異常はないわ。すべて処分しておいた。
ジャッカルが奴らのことを気にしていたみたいだが。
そう？特別なものは見当たらなかったけど、拙い模倣品と偽造品ばかり。彼女が興味を持つようなものはなかったわ。
I wonder of what? What would they be impersonating and what would they counterfeiting?
現場は封鎖してもらったから、気になるなら自分で行ってみたらどう？まあ、今回は極端な手を使ったせいで、行ったとしても灰の中を探すことになるけど。
A violent May, very fitting for World Serpent.
君は渡りガラスと引き続き人形の行方を追い、持って帰ってきてくれ。
I'm back in YouTube now. I am going to sleep. I will watch the VOD later. It's 12 a.m. here. Alright. That's fine, Himal. Have a good sleep. Have a good night. Have a sweet dreams. And I guess see you later. Man, a lot of people that have both Himal and Strom, both of you are actually from like a completely opposite time zone than me. Grey Serpent disconnected without even a curt goodbye. How rude. The room grew quiet, with something disturbing slowly settling in the air, like the cold, slimy trail of a snake. Bye-bye, bye-bye!
極端な手を使っただと？何考えてるんだお前は。奴らの手の内に何があるかわからないっていうのに怖くないのか？
Sincerely, what if they had something useful for her? Well, I guess she is the assassin, so she always gets the information before killing them.
例えば何があるの？
Riven stared at May's face as if there was some stain on it.
まあ、何があるかは私も想像できないが。さあ、水を飲め。
Out of nowhere, she brought up a glass of water and put it on the bar.
ありがとう。
She lifted the glass and began to recall the mission hours ago. Several hours ago.
ハイヘビが奴らに警告を与えるって言ってたし、ここにある物資をすべて破壊しておきましょう。市街地から近いし、目立たないように行動した方が良さそうね。無意味な戦闘は避けましょう。
Locate the goods without being found, get behind guards and stealth kill them. What if I don't want to? Never mind.
ここが奴らの加工工場のようね。
Maybe I do want to.
薬物。これらが外に出回ったら厄介なことになるわ。
Three more. This one is 100% gonna turn around the moment that I get here. Yep. But I can do this. Before that one starts moving, I can get to this one. Never mind, I cannot. And I'm done.
あれはどうしてここに子供が？子供にも手を出すというの？
It is a smuggling ring, but we know these scars. The stranger's voice made the boy wriggle in pain. In the light, the scar on his neck was striking. Yep. Stigma. It's not Honkai corruption. How can I tell the difference between a stigma scars and Honkai corruption scars? The word terrified the boy even more. Oops. May ripped off the tape covering his mouth.
あなたは僕を買いに来たんじゃないの？
違うわ。
May shook her head and reached out her hand to comfort him, but she hesitated and retracted her hand. Yeah, he's probably right now has like maybe some sort of like trauma or anything like that, so maybe touching him would be like the worst, like a very bad thing to do, because he might be afraid of like touch. He's also like full on guard, probably.
あの人たちに何かされた？
彼らは僕を捕まえて僕を買い手に売るとか。蛇の話も。
The boy's eyes grew wide all of a sudden.
あなたはまさかその。
He's very, very afraid.
落ち着いて。買い手じゃないし、その あなたを連れて行こうとも思っていないわ。あなたを誘拐した人たちを探してるの。彼らには代償を支払ってもらう。行って。外の奴らは私が何とかするから。
行くって、どこに？
どこでもいい。行きたい場所に行って。奴らはもうあなたの元にやってこないわ。
でも、行くところがないよ。
The boy curled up, as if the tiny box was his only home.
父さんと母さんは小さい頃に死んじゃったし。僕のことを疫病神だっていうおじさんが嫌いだから逃げてきた。ここ数年はずっと一人で生きてきたんだ。
It's a rough life.
捕まったのも、ここのものを盗んでこいって言った人に裏切られて、売られたから。
お友達は？
The boy shook his head.
他に信頼できる人は？
The boy shook his head again.
家族がいない上に精魂が目覚めるなんて。きっとこの子も崩壊の被害者ね。天然精魂の男性所有者。もしヨルムンガンドに連れ戻ったらきっとジャッカルの実験体になるわ。
And he'd definitely not survive this.
でもまだ助けられる。彼がここにいるのはただのアクシデント。ジャッカルは知らないし、ハイヘビの指令も私を試すようなものに見えない。どうしよう。もしこのまま放っておいたらきっとまた誰かの手に落ちてしまう。
And this time, this whole accident of finding him is not going to happen, so he'll probably get it sold off or die. Or both of them. Sold off and die.
これを。
May took a scrap of paper and wrote something down before handing it to the boy.
この住所はわかる？
わからない。でも、どの辺にあるかはわかる。ここは。
私のことを信用できると思うならそこに行って。あなたの身元を説明したらきっと受け入れてもらえるから。もちろん私のことを信じないで自分で判断することもできる。それぐらいの警戒心が今のあなたには必要だから。
And I wonder if she's saying this from her time of like Nagasora with Kiana when they were surviving the Honkai eruption that May brought to like Nagasora.
それと首を隠して、その後を誰にも見せないように。怖がらないで。害はないけど、それを気に入らない人もいるから。
The boy took a look at the slip and then looked at May before he slowly stood up.
行くよ。僕、あなたを信じることにする。
There was a certain determination in his words. Maybe they were not only meant for May to hear, but also for himself.
ありがとう。
礼はいらないわ。それに、まずは自分の力でここから逃げ出さないと。
あなたはどうするの？
May shook her head, telling the boy he didn't need to know.
早く行って。
The boy looked at May one last time and ran towards the exit. Just before he reached the exit, a thunderous clap came from behind him. When everything got turned into ashes, the boy was taken aback. He turned around to find where he was now burned down. The nice lady who saved him was also gone. Having no interest in finding out what happened, he resumed running and never looked back. Smart kid. Never looked back. So here's the thing. When I saw that there were like the guards were like quote unquote zombies, I thought that it was just gonna be like a mechanic. I wonder if May actually has turned into like a person that has blood in her hands. If after joining the World Serpent, if she actually has like killed people. Or if she's taken what was it? There's like a movie or something like that. Oh no. It's the Yakuza series. In one of like the newest ones, there's like a certain character that is like a secret special agent, but that person like doesn't kill. So the only missions that get assigned to that person are missions where he doesn't have to kill. So I wonder if that's like the same thing that's going on with like May. May lowered the glass as the water went down, cooling and refreshing her throat. The disturbing sensation left by the snake's visit was now gone.
なあ、ジャッカルのやつ、本当に研究のために灰を持って帰ってくると思うか?
Will she even find anything? She looks very calm. I'm glad that she's doing well in like the world serpent. And well, we know that Raven isn't just exactly a full-on like villain or like covered up sort of like person that only kills and is just like absolutely like heartless and zero emotions, because she takes care of the kids. So it's nice that it's both of them that are together. May, a main character that we know and love, and Raven, somebody that has to do things in order to defend the kids that she wants to protect. Behind the counter, Raven took a bottle and began to fiddle with it.
せっかくここに来たんだ。一杯どうだ? ウイスキーとか。
お酒は飲まない。
Is she old enough? I wonder. I think she was like just. I still remember that she's supposed to be 1 year older than Kiana, because she's the senpai.
そう。じゃあノンアルコールは?
勝手にどうぞ。作る。
Oops.
少し待っててくれ。
Raven put the bottle back and became busy.
ほら、ご注文のドリンクだ。
ミルク?
殺菌済みで無脂肪だ。バーに来た未成年者に飲ませるにはぴったしだろ。
May didn't say anything. She took a sip and found it nice, unlike what Raven usually whipped up.
このバーをどう思う?
May took a glance around the place.
かなり古いわね。でも。
Classic. Maybe.
でも。
雰囲気が。
Yep.
オーナーのセンスがいいからでしょうね。きっと昔は人気店だったと思うわ。
いい目をしてるな。おめ言葉として受け取っておくよ。
Sometimes it feels like the only thing that one person might mean with like old is like classic when they're talking about something, but calling it old is sort of like you're trying to say something bad about it. So saying classic is like the best way to actually describe it, because classic can be taken in like a very good way.
このバーは
or classy.
あなたのお店なの?
ああ、数年前のことだけどな。あの頃、私はヨルムンガンドを離れていた。それで滞在する場所が必要だったんだ。
Alright, curious. Here she's mentioning that she was driven on her own, but she said Jormungando Hanare. She said those words. And if I remember correctly, that means that she like left World Serpent. So she was a member of World Serpent, left, she was on her own, and opened up the bar. But why is she back?
ヨルムンガンドを離れていた? 何か任務でも?
いや、任務じゃない。文字通り組織を抜けてたん
Yeah,
だ。
this.
無論、ちゃんとした手続きを踏んでな。
This is what she mentioned.
なんだ、言ったことなかったか?
I'm glad that they explained it here.
うん。
For people that might not be able to just like catch on to what she said in Japanese.
どうやら、私たちにはもっと交流が必要なようだ。
She probably doesn't want that.
小さい頃から組織にいるんだと思ってた。ハイヘビがあなたを連れ帰ってきたとき、あなたはまだ子供だったと聞いたわ。
Oh! Here's another thing that I only found out after my friend told me. Apparently she shows up in the second eruption manga. When Sirin is like doing the whole Honkai eruption thing, like her last like attempt at trying to destroy everything in Siberia, 2 kids show up. One little boy and 1 little girl, and apparently the little girl is supposed to be her. And they gets like saved by the flowers from Cecilia. And then there's like the other like CG where Grey Serpent is like dragging a kid, and that kid, well, is her, and the boy that is being left behind is, well, the little boy that showed up in the second eruption manga, which is quite curious. It's quite interesting. I wonder when the second eruption manga was actually like released for them to actually include Raven in it.
それは間違ってない。あいつは私をシベリアの凍土から連れ出し、私を蛇のために戦う戦士に育てた。だが、私は好きになれなかった。理由はない。ただそこにいるべきじゃないと思ったんだ。だから、大人になった私は組織を抜けて、自由に生きたいと考えるようになった。
Give me a second. Let me check that everything's fine. Everything's fine and working. Okay.
その後は
ハイヘビは引き止めることなくあっさりと同意したよ。想像できないだろ
I mean, the World Serpent doesn't seem like a very like big organization that is like that it's like inherently evil to its members. Because it's Kevin. Kevin's the one that's supposed to be the leader of like World Serpent, and Kevin is not a bad person. He's no villain. So I'm sort of like not that surprised about this fact. But maybe people think of it being like it's such a big organization and it being like sort of like cult-like, where they idolize the serpent, that it might seem like a bad deal or like something bad might happen to you if you try to leave.
そんな簡単に？ああ、そんな簡単にだ。理由さえ聞かれなかった。その瞬間、私はただの駒で、いてもいなくてもハイヘビは気にしないんだと思ったよ。
But the curious thing is that if for like terrible organizations in like movies and like games that are like that, pawns that you could ditch anytime usually get killed off the moment that they try to leave or that they become useless.
実際そうだったらよかったんだが、ハイヘビはただ一言、最後にこう言ったんだ。戻ってくるさ、と。
And he was right.
で、当たったわけね。
そうだな。
どうして？
外の世界には何の違いもなく、中と同じひどいものだったからさ。
Riven caught an ice ball skillfully and put it in her glass. The bar looked aged, but the furniture didn't catch any dust or spider webs. Apparently someone had been tending to it. The lighting was poor, but it gave off a slightly drunk vibe that the drink lovers would enjoy.
最初はカフェを開くつもりだった。だが、飲食店はそう簡単じゃない。それに私には料理の才能がなかった。代わりにバーを開いたら、組織のメンバーや情報屋の客が来るようになった。そのおかげで小娘だった私は知るはずもないことをたくさん知り、収入も増えた。
Actually, really curious. I wonder if this has to like do with the fact that she was used to this sort of like thing from being World Serpent. So whenever she made it and this started like happening, she was like more like in she was more like in touch with this sort of like members for the bar.
傭兵としての生活はそこから始まったのね。
それは別の話だ。機会があったらまた話そう。あの頃が懐かしい。ヨルムンガンドの幹部になってからは、ここの管理をする暇がなくなった。今はこうやってたまに戻ってくるだけだ。
Actually, kind of cute that she has this bar and she just keeps it like nice and clean. Kind of like whenever I'm done with World Serpent, I can return here and resume my work as a barista. When Raven was calling the bar her voice became gentle and soft. It reminded May of when Raven was talking about the children she adopted.
あなたが戻った理由は子供たちと関係がある。そうでしょ。
憶測で物を言うな。外を一通り回った結果、ヨルムンガンドが一番気前がいいと気づいただけだ。だから戻った。
It actually, from her voice, it doesn't really seem like she was being very defensive about it. So maybe this is the truth.
中でも外でも同じ商売なんだ。だったら安定して多くもらえる方を選ぶ。そういうもんだろ。
Sheesh, it's really windy outside.
じゃあたくさん稼いだ今はヨルムンガンドをやめてバーの経営を再開したら。
その通りだな。
I like her laugh. It's very, very unique.
お前の言う通り、それが最も正しいやり方かもしれない。
Hmm.
だが、そうできない時もある。
Raven smiled.
それぞれの理由があってヨルムンガンドに入った。そしてそれぞれの理由があって抜けられない。そうだろう。
Give me a second. I'm gonna check something else now because oh wait, no, it's supposed to be coming on the just something that I'm gonna that's something that's gonna be shipped to me. Still not time for it to arrive.
発展するとは限らない。私たちが歩んだ道も必ず正しい道とは限らない。
Sadly, it's nothing for the stream. I'm still not thinking of like putting a lot of money into this, or like much money at all. Ah, oh, I thought that the CG was screwing up again.
しかし正しいかどうかなんて関係あるか。選んだからには最後までやり遂げるしかない。
Hmm.
ええ、そうかもしれない。
Yeah, it seems like the CG is like slowly like screwing up like the other one. Maybe it is all tabbing screws it up.
かもしれないってだけだ。
それでも私は他の可能性を信じたい。いい終わりがあるのだと信じたい。
Hmm.
そうか。大巨山の件は解決したと聞いた。キアナはうまくやった。律者の手から仲間を助けたとさ。
She's probably not very happy about knowing that because Kiana went to fight like a Herrscher.
当然よ。
あの件はウサギの担当だが、あいつが現場に着いた時、律者はもういなかったそうだ。まあ、あいつのことはいい。
New character.
とにかく、キアナの状態は悪くない。お前の努力は無駄じゃないさ。
Hmm. May raise the glass again, but not to drink.
多分、それがお前の言った他の可能性だな。
まだ道は長いわ。
She finished the milk in one go.
どうだった？今度また一緒に来る機会があったら、特製カクテルを作ってやる。
A special milk?
お酒は飲まないわ。
She was thinking about alcohol.
じゃあ、ミルクを使った特製ドリンクだ。
And here it is. Raven turned around and shut the door. May took one last look at the bar. In the dim light, the sign read Ravens. A very special place, she thought. Pretty cute that she named it Raven. Wait, this was the first one? I completely forgot that this is supposed to be the first stage for the chapter. And it's already been how long? Probably like 30 minutes, maybe even more. Noon, the next day. Well, well, well.
ここが報告書にあった3カ所目の倉庫だ。
前の2箇所とあまり変わらないように見えるけど。
確かに、この都市の倉庫はどれも同じ見た目だな。暴走した機械が中でパーティーしてるらしい。それを落ち着かせてくれ。それと今回は建物を壊さないように頼む。で、
誰に？
Oops.
この辺のボスだ。私の古い友人でな。今日ここに来たのも彼女に確認したいことがあったからだ。
Hmm.
人脈が広いのね。
利益関係のな。情報を入手するにはまず相手にメリットを与えないといけない。例えば倉庫の心霊現象を解決するとか。
わかった。もう行っていいわ。
任せた。また後で落ち合おう。
Right.
工場の機械が勝手に動いてる。これも支配の律者の力なの。
Yep. I think I still remember how this May is supposed to be played. It's charged attack, and they consume an evasion charge, if I remember correctly. Yep. Yep. Whenever I don't have charge, I just consume an evasion charge. And I'm taking a lot of hits. There's one. There we go. Had to concentrate a little bit harder because I was taking a lot of extra hits. Some attacks that these enemies do that is like really annoying. Okay, there we go. Like this attack is like really annoying, that one. Where it's like attacking you when it's supposed to be like weak. And it's like an AoE attack as well. Like a lot of these like enemies have like new AoE attacks. And well, they can be troublesome. Until it's taking more hits, and it's doing that attack that I hate. And I'm pretty sure it's charging for that attack again. Yep, there it is. I hate you so much. Well, somebody did her like little side job very fast by hunting the ghost. Yeah, that was quick. May took a glance at the sniper rifle in Raven's hand. If I remember correctly from the other chapter, this was supposed to be like, it needed some repairs because of the way that Owl used it, or something like that. The key of sanction. Mm-hmm.
あいつは最後まで神の鍵の定格出力を使えず、錠剤七雷はただの武器に過ぎなかった。なぜなら、この子には機嫌というものがある。より正確に言うと、使用者との相性にこだわりがあるんだ。
This is the first time that Divine Key does this, right? The Oath of Judah doesn't do it. The one that Fuhua has also doesn't have like its own personality. The Abyss Flower doesn't have its own personality.
力を発揮できないの？
力だけでなく出力、弾、性能、武器の形態さえも異なる場所、異なる人が持つことでこの子は様々な姿を見せる。だから私はよく手入れをして交流するようにしている。幸い私は結構気に入られてるみたいだ。
It's kind of cute because there's also like a lot of characters in other games that they talk to like their weapons.
道理でずっと持ち歩いてるのね。
So now that it's just like talking to her weapon, and this weapon actually has some sort of like sentience to itself.
常在七来という名はこの子が設計された時すでに7つの姿が存在したことから付けられている。ただ私も今までに4つしか見たことないから
Key of Sanction, also known as the Seven Thunders of Retribution.
そうだ、お前も持ってみるか。雷の律者の力を持つ武器を雷の律者が持つとどうなるか少し興味がある。
Have we had this before? A Herrscher actually using a divine key? We haven't, right? The divine key that Fuhua was supposed to have, the feathers, they were destroyed, so the Herrscher of Sentience wasn't able to use it. Well, in GGC we have weapons as waifu. Ah, of course, weapons as waifu, a classic. Raven handed the weapon over. It took May a moment of hesitation before she received it. Oh, girl frontline too. Right, girl frontline. It's literally guns as waifus. Isn't there another one else? Well, I mean, I guess the other ones don't really count, but they're supposed to be like quote-unquote weapons. Nike and Punishing Great Raven. All the characters are supposed to be like quote-unquote weapons rather than people. Oops. There we go. She has a lot of pauses. Does that mean that you also play Girl Frontline? If I remember correctly, there's a new game has been released of Girls Frontline, or is supposed to get released in the near future. When May touched the weapon, it somewhat felt to her like a living thing with a beating heart. May handed the weapon back to Raven, and it soon returned to its sniper rifle form. What form did it have? I guess we'll never know.
昔この子が不機嫌な時に任務があってな。気づいたらスリングショットになってたんだ。おかげで私は怪我を負う羽目になるし、大変だったよ。
I mean, it's still probably the world's deadliest slingshot.
とにかくそういうのは二度とごめんだ。
ところで、人形の情報は入手できたの？
ああ、面白い情報が手に入った。ハイヘビが行動パターンが妙だと言ってたのを覚えてるか？その理由は人形が単独行動じゃなかったからだ。
複数の人形による同時犯行。
They didn't know about this? That there's like multiple puppets?
いや、違う。そいつに協力する人間がいる。
へー。
人間？
次の現場は絞ってある。犯人は夜間にしか行動しない。夜までまだ時間があるから、それまで準備を進めるとしよう。
I mean, they mentioned that they do a lot of like sabotaging and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still gonna guess that it's like very difficult for like a single puppet to be doing all of those like big things by themselves. So they probably they work out their charms, and they manage to like pull more people into like doing the things that they're doing together. Like for example, traffic jam is probably one of the things that it's probably easy to do by yourself. Destroying power plants is probably not easy. Bankrupting a whole corporation is not easy to do by yourself. Probably. I wouldn't know. Raven chuckled.
付き合ってほしい場所があるんだ。
A few moments later.
先生、それとメイも。
Alright, this couple of chapters have brought a lot of happiness. First we have Seele, and now we have Sora. It's been a long time since we've seen her.
あ、クール。そんな遠くからよく私たちが分かったな。
Raven gave Sora a hug and ruffled her hair. That's so cute.
待たせてすまない。今までみんなの世話で大変だっただろ。ここの住み心地は悪くないか？
ベッドはふかふかだし、リビングは広いし、お風呂もちゃんとお湯が出るの。みんな喜んでたよ。
So I'm gonna guess that right now that like the place that Raven took the kids is close to like the area of the mission. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Wait a second. I couldn't sneeze. It went away.
そうか。ならよかった。
でも、
Sora looked at to me.
ここのカレーはメイのカレーほど美味しくない。
ほう。会いたいのは私じゃなくて、メイの方か。この浮気者め、怒るぞ。
怒るぞ。
違う違う。先生にも会いたかったよ。
May shook her head and turned her eyes away to the building nearby. It had the look of a big summer house, quiet, well-built, and classy. But the guards at the gate told a different story. It wasn't hard to tell the house was off-limits to the outside world. Kevin did keep his words. And I'm not surprised by this. Like I mentioned before, Kevin is not a villain. Kevin did keep his word with May. On like the whole chapter where she turned into the Herrscher of Thunder.
子供たちに会っていかないか？
あ、いいえ、外で待つわ。
May bent down and gently touched Sora's face.
ごめんね、クーちゃん。用事があるから、今日はここまで。でも安心して、また来るから。欲しいものとかある？今度持ってくるわ。あ、いいの。メイが来てくれれば、それだけで十分。メイに会えること自体が最高のプレゼントだから。
The bestest of girls.
じゃあ、約束ね。
You can tell that Sora has been like raised as a very, very good kid. From the fact that she just said this. You coming here is the best gift.
約束。
Cute.
じゃあ今日は先生の相手をしてあげて。みんなに会いたすぎて、ここに来る途中セリフを考えてたくらいよ。
うるさい。
It's the truth. It's not actually just teasing her, it's the truth. Raven took Sora's hand and gave May a wink before heading in. Summer breeze came to hug her with a pleasant smell. All was quiet save for the chirping birds and the rustling leaves. A kite slowly rose up of the walls and began to dance in the blue, clear sky. This well-protected shelter seemed like an exquisite crystal ball capturing the finest moments of summer. May was reminded of a certain day in her childhood when her father took her out for a trip. Her father was holding her hand, saying something. She couldn't recall the exact words. She hardly got to see her father, let alone going on a trip. Overcome with joy, she was unable to remember what he said. But she'd never forget it was a bright summer day, just like this one. With kites roaming in the sky and the same smell of summer in the air. Raven came back after a while.
待たせたな。退屈だったか？
そんなことないけど、これがあなたの言ってた準備？
私が仕事モードに入るための準備だ。いけないか？
子供たちは元気だった？
一日3食。食べ物に困ることはない。治療もケアも専門家がやってる。 もう巣に閉じ込められてた子供じゃない。
This is great.
ここは綺麗ね。まるで崩壊が発生したことがない楽園みたい。
I mean, that's probably the whole idea. Just like give them a place where they can forget all about what they suffered in Roost.
あの子たちはそういう楽園で大きくなるべきだ。
Mm-hmm.
今度来た時は中に入るといい。みんな会いたがってたぞ。
A sort of thing where it's just like the kids should just be kids. They shouldn't have to deal with surviving, with like knowing what's going on with the outside world. It's the adults, the grown-ups that should be taking care of that, so the kids can have a nice life or a nice childhood. May said nothing.
ああ、子供の話といえば、昨日男の子が紙を持ってここに来たらしい。悪い人に誘拐されて自力で逃げ出してきたと言ってた。首に変わった傷跡があるらしい。
Ah,
どうやら成婚のようだ。
about that.
へえ、成婚を持つ男性。珍しいわね。
The way that she says it.
誘拐された場所はお前が昨日言ってた任務地と同じエリアらしいぞ。
So that's the address that she gave to them. I was sort of thinking that maybe the address was going to be Teresa's place or maybe Anti-Entropy's place. Actually, I wonder, where are they? Are they in Europe? Because if they are in Europe, then it would be hard to give them an address like the Anti-Entropy base, because Anti-Entropy is supposed to be in America. North America, more specifically.
それは奇遇ね。
そうだな。何か思い当たる節は？
いいえ。
本当か？長身で頭に角があって、ここの住所が書かれた紙を渡した綺麗なお姉さんのことを見かけなかったか？
いいえ。
そいつは残念だ。彼女に会ってみたかったな。
心に留めておくわ。
じゃあ、ついでに伝言を頼もう。
Oh?
何かしら。
ここは託児所じゃない。誰彼構わずここを紹介するな。今度そういうことがあったら、金を取る。
I like their combination. They have a really nice combination going on with Raven and May. Also, I like the idea that she's not saying don't bring any more kids here. She's only saying you're gonna have to pay for the kid. For like things that the kid might need. Which is like super nice. It's like, this is what I mean. Raven isn't bad either. If she was truly bad, she'd only, or like, if she was like on the fence of like being good and bad, maybe she'd just like decide of like not taking any other kid that was like sent to this place. But instead of that, she says, sure, bring the kid if you'll pay for their necessities.
高くつくぞ。
覚えておくわ。もし会うことがあったら伝えておく。
じゃあ頼むよ。
The two then fell silent as they listened to the whispers of the wind.
お前、ここの警備はヨルムンガンドがしてるっていうのに、大胆なことを考えるな。
彼らがあなたの手のものだというのは分かってる。あなたは子供たちを危険な目に遭わせないでしょ。
Because if they're under World Serpent, they'd be under Grey Serpent, and Grey Serpent is not a very nice person.
その通りだ。
あの子はどうなるの？
おう。どうなるかは私もわからない。新しい身分はすでに用意した。おそらく比較的平和なところに送られて、信頼できる人のもとで暮らすだろう。
Also, he was not going to stay here?
その後はあの子次第だ。彼は運に恵まれてる。その運がずっと彼と共にあることを願おう。
Huh. I really thought that he was going to stay here and get taken care of because he has like a stigma. And that's like the big deal with like the other kids. Like they have some sort of like something that has to do with like Honkai. And they need to stay in a place that has like ambient Honkai to be like fine or to like be okay. And if they don't have ambient Honkai, then they get whatchamacallit, they get sick. The sun began to set slowly but surely, painting the sky with a faint reddish glow.
さあ、そろそろ行くとしよう。目的地は海の方だ。ここから少し距離がある。車で行こう。話の続きは車内で。
And that's only stage 2. Jeez, these are long. Very, very long. What's the time on it? 30 minutes! 30 minutes for one stage. Whew! Hey. The two went to a sports car. Raven got in and took the driver's seat.
あなたの車。
そうに決まってるだろ。
免許は持ってるの？
本気か？私は傭兵だ。車の免許どころか、飛行機の免許だって持ってる。
May took a moment to observe the car. It was parked in the shade, sleek, shiny, and expensive.
どうだ？感想を聞かせてくれ。
It's a good car?
もっと目立つ色の方が好きかと思ってた。
実は赤が好きなんだが、残念ながら気に入ったものがなくてな。
I wonder what color it is then. She pointed at the back row.
それに子供たちをドライブに連れて行くなら、席は多い方がいいだろ。
Really? Then wouldn't you just go for like a van or something of the sort instead of using like a sports car? I guess she just wants to be stylish.
結構綺麗ね。
さあ、乗れ。
May hesitated and finally took a back seat. Raven didn't start the car.
どうかしたの？
あのな、雷電家のお嬢様、私を運転手か何かだと思ってるのか？後ろに座ったらちゃんと話せないだろ。前に。
Oops.
ごめんなさい。
それでいい。シートベルトを締めろよ。
Damn. That's also like a new sound effect. They just like made a whole sound effect for like a sports car just for like this moment in time. Raven started the engine and it began to roar like a wild beast. Very much so. Sounds like a very good car.
さっきの話の続きだけど、人形に協力する人間がいるの？
ああ、配達員だ。奴は人形を箱に入れ、夜になると箱を倉庫横の路地に置くんだ。人形はそのまま出てきて、配管を通って倉庫に入る。大暴れした後、元の道から箱に戻って、朝になると配達員が回収する。
Can I clean my glasses real quick? I wonder, like the puppets that we saw in the Theater of Domination were the size of a human, like a person. But some of the puppets that we keep seeing outside have had like varying shapes. We've seen some that are really, really small, like the size of like a fist or a hand, a palm. And we've seen others that are really, really big, like when we went for who was it? Was it Mira Reamer? When we found Mira Reamer's puppet, it was the size of a human. So I wonder if they can control their size once they're like in the outside world, or if every puppet has like its own unique size. And some are small, some are like very, very big, but they're still like supposed to be like 1,000 or something like that. It's the 1,000 people like Herrscher, Senin Richa, if I remember correctly, that they called it. Or I wonder if it's just supposed to be like, maybe there's like not a word for like legion in Japanese, and that's why they use Senin. Or maybe legion means 1,000 people. I actually have no idea. The only thing that I remember about Legion is like they're supposed to be like some sort of like villain or like some story or myth about a legion. But I don't even remember that story very much. All right, glasses are going back in. Here we go. Much better.
なるほど。道理で街中を移動してるはずなのに発見できないわけだわ。現場は混乱してるでしょうし、誰も近くに置いてある箱のことなんて気にしないでしょうね。でも、どうしてそんなことをするの？
さあ、そいつなりの理由があるのかもしれないし、操られているのかもしれない。もしくは単に狂ってるか。可能性が多すぎて、こればっかりは本人に聞くしかないな。
じゃあ、どうやって次の現場を割り出したの？
そこは人間関係のおかげだ。
Of course. Of course. As the forest receded from the windshields, they drove onto an open road.
私たちは倉庫をいくつ調べたか覚えてるか？
今
日のも入れると3つね。
そうだ。荷物を保管する3つの倉庫は全部人形に破壊された。その持ち主は悪評で有名な3つの組織のものだった。
へえ。
ちなみに、この都市は4つの勢力によってそのバランスが保たれている。あとはわかるな？
They each belong to a notorious organization. So they belong to a single one of these 4 organizations, or are the puppets planning on sort of like sabotaging one warehouse of each organization, and then make it seem like they're like they're sabotaging each other so that they start like a war between each other.
そういうことね。でも、そういった倉庫は破壊してもらった方がいいんじゃないかしら。どうして人形は人間に利のあることするの？もしかして。
Raven waited for me to finish.
もしかして、被害者はみんなライバル勢力の仕業だったんだっけ？
In the whole like judge panel thingy, they mentioned about setting discourse between people. So this fits that guerrilla tactic.
ビンゴだ。衝突はもう起きた。昨晩のことだ。このままだと、いずれ一般人にも危害が及ぶ。
It looks like it's working.
だから、次に人形は4つ目の倉庫に行くと判断したわけね。
そうだ。
でも、そのまま手を引く可能性もあるわ。そしたら最後に残った組織が集中的に非難され、衝突はより激しくなる。
確かにその通りだが、人形はそうしない。
Go on. The open road span across a cliff overlooking the ocean on the right.
多対一の展開になったら、事態はかえって緩やかになる。はめられた組織は大変なことになるが、今より混乱することはない。
Having a single culprit would be better than everybody being a potential culprit. Maybe?
人形はそれを望まない。奴らが望むのは混乱。互いを疑い、疑心暗鬼に陥らせ、暗闇に落とし込むような混乱だ。そういう状況になると、銃声一つだけで全てを壊せる。復讐ではないんだ。人間奴らは、
Oops. I keep missing on this chapter. I need patience, more patience.
だが、奴らの計画は成功しない。今夜、蹴りをつけてやるからな。
Raven floored the pedal and the car darted forward like a wild horse.
そういえば、私の運転技術、悪くないだろ？
Don't go that fast.
昔の運転手の方が上手ね。
へー。 Look at this smug face.
手厳しいんだな。
あの運転手にはよくしてもらったわ。
May looked outside the windshield and set her eyes on the gorgeous afterglow.
あの頃のお父様は仕事に追われててめったに会えなかった。登校時と下校時は運転手が送ってくれた。学校にも友人と呼べる者はそういなかったわ。
放課後はクラスメートと一緒に帰らなかったのか？
ええ。校門を出る前から黒い車がそこに止まってるのが見えてたから。
Yeah, seeing somebody get picked up like that would be like very, very intimidating, especially for kids.
それが原因で友達ができなかったんじゃないか。
I mean, it could be somebody like really important from like an organization, which make it if they knew, it'd make it a little bit easier to make friends. But what if it was some sort of like bad organization, some sort of like a very, very strong organization that's like doing bad stuff
そうかもしれな
and
い。
has a lot of money.
運転手もそれに気づいてたかも。でも仕方ないわ。それが彼の仕事だったから。だから彼はよく車で話しかけてくれた。学校で何があったのかとか、お父様の仕事がどうなったとか。
優しい人みたいだな。
ええ。でも彼にお礼を言う機会は訪れなかった。
何があった？
彼は死んでしまった。
Oh. It wasn't that he lost his job, but that they stopped seeing each other because of the thing that happened to her father of getting framed for something. He died.
超空襲の崩壊のせいか。
ええ。
I see now. And she thinks it's her fault.
そうか。
そう考えると、私によくしてくれた人たちは、いい結末を迎えた人がいないわね。
Well, for one of them, you sort of like gave them a knee to the face. So, yeah. I mean, she's still doing well, but it probably hurt a lot.
あの運転手も、お父様も、先生も友達も。
そう悲観的になるな。昨日、私に別の可能性の話をしたのは、どこのドイツだ？
そうね。でも、可能性と呼べるものさえなくなったことがあるわ。
That is true. A few weeks ago.
に関するヨルムンガンドの調査結果を読んだわ。すべてね。
Kevin. It's been a while. Kevin said nothing.
そのいずれも収穫なし。
そうだ。
This was his confirmation.
ありえない。虚数空間に落とされたとしても、律者コアは痕跡を残すものよ。急に消えるはずないわ。
Neither will she.
プレイグジェムはシーリンの一部。他人の手に渡すわけにはいかない。
君は答えを知っているはずだ。
いいえ、何か見落としてるのかも。あなたも気づいていない何かを。
彼女は死んだ。
Kevin spat out the conclusion curtly.
なんですって。
君の探しているのがプレイグジェムじゃないのは知っている。彼女は虚数空間で生き延びることはできない。ヨルムンガンドも何も発見できなかった。
May felt silent, trying hard to find the flaws in his words. But Kevin's ice-cold voice made his statement difficult to argue against.
これは事実だ。
These were the last words he left. Mary refused to accept the fact and kept looking into every lead she could possibly find. But her investigation gave her an answer even more heartbreaking than the silence from Kevin. Raven knew what May was looking for.
渡りガラス、一つ質問していい？
なんだ？
少し失礼なことかもしれないから、答えたくなかったら答えなくていいから。
ああ。
お兄さんが生きてることを期待する。
I have no idea how to pronounce this. Koenigsegg? The gray car slowed down.
ハイヘビが教えたのか？
自分で調べたわ。あなたがハイヘビに連れて行かれたとき、彼はまだ死んでいなかった。
The car stopped.
目的地に着いた。
They had come to the seaside. Raven parked the car right beside the beach.
夜までまだ時間がある。少し散歩に付き合え。
ええ。
シベリアには砂浜がない。あるのは真っ白な雪だけだ。兄はこういう砂浜を一度も見たことがない。靴を脱いでみるか？波が足に触れる感覚はきっと悪くないと思うぞ。昔、どっちの方が裸足で長く雪の中に立ってられるか、兄と勝負したことがある。
Pretty cute.
勝ったの？
いや、少ししてすぐ降参した。でも、兄は10分間も立っていた。足の感覚がなくなって、私が背負って帰ったんだ。
はいはいはい。
お兄さん、凍傷にならなかったの？
凍傷になったさ。危うく足が動かなくなるところだった。兄は母にひどく怒られたよ。
あなたを怒らなかったの？
ああ。勝負を持ちかけたのは自分だって兄が言い出したからな。
Gotta take the blame for the little sister.
いじめるくせに、いざという時には私を守るんだ。両親の前でも、狩りをする時でも、あの時だって。
Raven took off her shoes and walked barefoot in the setting sun. The ocean water was patting her foot rhythmically and erasing the footprints behind her.
期待するかって聞いたな。するさ。当たり前だ。何度もシベリアに戻って兄を探した。情報屋に依頼を出したこともあった。兄があの夜に死んでいないことを、あの廃墟に埋められていないことを。いつか私の前に現れて、昔のようにナタと呼んで、サプライズだと言ってくれることを今でも期待してる。
She bent down to pick up a shell and tossed it back to the sea after playing with it for a while.
実は、目の前に兄が現れたことがあるんだ。
え？
あれはあの頃と同じ寒い冬で、バンクーバーにも雪が降ってた。
There's like some construction work going outside. My mic isn't picking up on it, right? It isn't. Good, because it's actually pretty loud.
私は車を運転して取引先の人に会いに行く途中だった。信号を待ってたら兄とそっくりな人が私の前を通ったんだ。
子供の姿で？
いや、 子供じゃない。なんというか、兄が生きてたらきっとあんな風になっているに違いないと、あの時はそう思ったんだ。頭が真っ白になって何も考えられなかった。気がついたら彼は曲がり角に消えていた。私はすぐに車を降りて追いかけた。長いこと追いかけたが、私たちの距離は縮まることがなかった。信号や人の流れのせいでな。私は彼をじっと見つめ、その後ろ姿を視界の中に留めようと必死になった。走る姿も、人を避ける時の動きも、記憶の中と同じだった。
Raven looked down at her feet as if reminiscing the chasing on that day.
結局、追いつくことはできなかった。嘘みたいだろ？私は北米でトップの傭兵。暗殺も追跡も得意なはずだ。だから気づいた。追いつけないのではない。追いつきたくないのだと。
その気持ち、わかるわ。
心のどこかで、あれは兄じゃないと。兄はすでに死んだんだと。あれは所詮、過去の幻に過ぎないと知っている。でも私は認めたくなかった。藁にもすがりたい気持ちだった。だが、それを否定されるのも怖かった。追いつくのが怖かったんだ。振り返って、人違いだと言われるのが怖かった。
Getting the wrong person as well.
その後
は、よく覚えてない。多分あの信号の前に戻ったんだろう。きっと私のせいで渋滞を起こしてたし、取引先にも遅れただろう。でも今思い出すと、結果はどうでもよかった。あの日のことはまるで夢のようで、何の実感もない。私は今まで通りの生活を送り、バーを経営し、傭兵の仕事もする。最後は夢を、島を買って別荘を建てることを実現させた。私は長いことさすらっていたから、帰る家が欲しかったんだ。
Sadly, we do know how this first dream that she had ended. Small island. Raven looked over the horizon as if her island was just there.
だが、それも過去の夢物語に過ぎない。
残念ね。
いいんだ。もう気にしてない。あの島が沈んだ時、今まで本当の意味で生きていなかったことに私はようやく気づけた。
生きていなかった？
ああ。兄が死ぬ前に私に言っていたこと。生き残るんだ。ただそれだけを続けていた。生き残れんなた。生き残るんだ。それが呪いみたいで、私の行動すべてが生き残ることを目的としたものだった。しかし、今の私にはわかる。たとえあの島が無事だったとしても、私は解放されない。自分がちゃんと生き残れているかどうかわからないから。ここ数年、この体にまだ命の温度があると私に思わせてくれるものは一つだけ。
子供たちと一緒にいるとき、そう言ってたわね。
ああ。自己満足とか 焼け石に水とか言われても構わない。だが、それは私が思った唯一正しいこと。私があの呪いを克服した後もやり続けたいこと。
素晴らしいことでもあるわ。
Helping all those kids that have a very, very special circumstances. Getting them like homes, taking care of them in their roost. And then after that, just making like a home for them to live in.
そうだといいがな。
The ocean breeze gently touched their faces.
海に来てるのにフードをかぶったままなんて暑くないの？
そうだな。言われてみると確かに暑いな。
You can tell that they wanted this to be like an absolute very, very emotional moment of like a very, very like serious talk, because there's no music in the background. It's just the sound of the ocean and both of them talking. Hey. The setting sun was now kissing the ocean and giving it a huge flush. Having shared everything she's been keeping to herself, Raven felt relieved and smiled broadly. In the picture, a strand of her hair on the top simply wouldn't bow down and seemed out of place.
知ってるか？過去の私は人前でフードや帽子をかぶったことがなかった。相手に失礼だと思ってたからな。
Fair.
しかし、なぜかいつも子供だと思われ、舐められた。ある日、私がフードを外し忘れたことがあったんだが、交渉が驚くほどうまくいったんだ。
Well, she does look like very young. She's like a very pretty person. She looks young. She has like a small face. And also probably this is, I'm 100% sure that the Phantom has a very, very big liking for this. This is like beauty mark right below her mouth. And of course, we cannot forget one of the best characteristics characters can have. Ahoge.
童顔だからだろう。とにかく、それ以来フードは外さなくなった。笑えばいい。もう二度と見せないがな。
See, they have such a good combi. There's such a good combination. It feels like they're such nice friends to like each other. Even though they're like not supposed to like be that friendly, because of like they're like co-workers in like this big organization, this big underground Illuminati-ish organization. The sun was halfway drowned in the sea now.
ライデン・メイ。
はい。
私たちはいずれ過去に別れを告げなければならない。だが、お前が言ったいい終わりも信じている。
ありがと
う。礼を言ってどうする？お前が思う正しい道を歩めばいい。私も私が思う正しい道を歩くからな。
ええ、もちろん。
The sun finally went fully under the sea.
夜になったわ。
行くとしよう。
Time to get to the warehouse. That was nice. Like a moment to actually get to know like Raven a little bit more and see her like full face. I have to say that I did not expect Raven to be a character that would have an Ahoge. That's probably one of the last things that I probably could have like expected from her. Alright, what time is it? 12:30. Alright, we still have time. I'm surprised that the cutoff point was this one instead of this one. I heard something drop outside. It's probably not from my house. The wind is going ham. I hope I don't start getting like a lot of like allergies. Spring has come, so the wind is probably one of my weaknesses. Just like bringing all the pollen around. So I hope I don't start like sneezing all over the place. It's still the same one. Run now, run now. A storm is coming and the crows are cawing. Alright. Now it opens up and lets me choose my characters. But like I said before, I will not. Because I like role-playing. And the idea is not using any other character except the one that I'm being given. It felt really weird if for some reason, let's say, this person was there to help May fight, you know? So yeah, we're not gonna be doing that. Night, the warehouse by the sea.
着いたぞ。
また同じような倉庫ね。
これがここの特徴なのかもしれないな。そろそろ奴が現れる時間だ。
セキュリティ機構も増えた気がするわ。
おそらく他の倉庫の襲撃を聞いたからだろうな。
And they set up more protection and more security.
それでもまだ目標はここに潜入すると思う。
It has to, right?
ああ。奴らの計画に影響はないだろう。支配の律者は目的を達成するために手段を選ばない。そのためには命すらも捨てるはずだ。私たちも行動を開始しよう。気候たちをなるべく避け、相手に悟られないように。
人形はどうやって警備をかわしたの？
私たちの知らない近道でもあるのかもしれないな。
Secret passage. Look for anything suspicious in the warehouse. Excuse me, passing through. Don't worry, I won't be destroying you.
神の鍵の状態は？
安心しろ。まさにご機嫌だ。
Well, the entirety of the stage is like open. I'm like actually looking for something, or like attempting to look for something. Yeah, and there's nothing on this side, so I have to go back. Like I'm actually investigating. Please don't turn around. Nothing over here. The alarm is on TikTok the enemies before the countdown ends. Sorry, I didn't think that they'd catch me immediately if I stepped on it. I thought it'd take longer. It normally takes longer. My bad. Oops. Yeah, my bad, my bad. What is he doing inside of the warehouse?
あんたたち妹に何する気だ
My sister.
やめろ妹に触れるな俺は
Huh? In a flash of lightning, the man fell into the floor.
やっと静かになった。殺してないだろうな。
Hang on. Give me a second. I knew it. It's the sound of water. Give me a second. I'm gonna check if something is not happening to the water in the house, because I thought it was the sound of the wind because I had my headset on, but it sounds like a lot of water. It's getting dropped somewhere nearby. So I gotta check if there's like nothing wrong with the house. So BRB. Okay, so a place indeed has a leak of water, but it's a neighboring house. It's like a neighboring house that's like right behind my house, and it has like an insane big leak on their like their water storage, and it's like absolutely spitting out water everywhere in their house, not mine. So the thing is that that house actually doesn't have anyone living in it. There's only like some let's say some teenagers, some young people that only come over on like weekends to actually check on it and have like their own like parties to be loud and be very, very annoying. I don't think many people in the neighborhood actually like them because they cause problems. There's a lot of people in my neighborhood that are actually causing problems. And well, yeah, there's like no way to actually like tell the people that they are gonna have a very, very, very high water bill at the end of the month. And yeah, well, sucks for them. Let's get back to Honkai. Like, even if I wanted to go over there and be like a nice person and be like, hey, you have like a leak of water, just like they don't have their phone number. I don't want to deal with any problem of trying to like mess with their stuff, like closing their water valve. It's just like it's not worth the trouble of being like a nice person to them for like the amount of trouble that might come my way if I try to be nice. Seriously. This like neighborhood used to be like really good back in the past. Let me just calibrate. Calibrate. This neighborhood used to be pretty nice in the past, but it's gotten pretty bad, like to the point where there's like neighbors that would actually hurt or like do very, very bad stuff to like other neighbors just to like get back at them for like the dumbest of reason. A neighbor that's like in, on our house like in front, our front like neighbor, my mom's like friends with them. I didn't know that I could actually like screw up the tracking like this, but like moving my hand in front of my face. Does it happen when I have my controller in my face as well? It does, and I think I do that a lot. So they had like a person like park where they are not supposed to park and like blocking the front neighbor, and of course the front neighbor got mad and called them out on it. And the person that was parking there got really mad, and to well, as payback, they decided to steal their motorcycle. So yeah, it's the people are pretty like ruthless, or maybe not ruthless, but they're really like bad people. So it's like there's been and more stuff like that has been happening around. So it's like we're getting more and more bad apples around in the neighborhood. So it's not that good. And yeah, that's also what I don't feel like the need to actually try and help them too much, because a lot of people are very much like asses. And if people are asses, then you don't really want to help them. So yeah, back to the game. Oops, that's not alt tabbing into the game. There we go. But I would be very, very curious about what he meant with the whole sister stuff. Raven tied the man up and tossed him by the wall. I wonder if this is the intel that they actually got themselves, or this is what maybe Durandal or maybe Anti-Entropy has been like sharing with others in order to like fight against this like new Herrscher. She has the divine key. Raven took a small and round device out of her pocket and showed it to Mei. So it isn't a device to protect her from getting teleported, but to protect her from any sort of like erosion or corruption that there might be inside of like the area that is the theater of domination. Smart. They exchanged a look and both nodded. Also, it's pretty curious that the puppets weren't actually trying to like change their like the way that they were working, their like modus operandi of doing this like whole like sabotage thing is by using like the same packages and using the same person that was screaming about their sister. In we go. Cute may sound though. Oh. Ew. This is also a new area. Wait patiently, do not use Herrscher power. Alright. That was fast. A new puppet. That's a new voice. Also, for some reason, this specific enemy is very, very tanky. And I guess the camera changes don't really like this new area because I just went under the map. There it is. And who might you be, little puppet? We'll see on the next stage. What an ending. Yokoso, yokoso.
兄さんが全然呼んでくれないと思ったらトラブルが起きてたんだ。
May unsheath her blade.
まあまあ、乱暴はよして、ゆっくり話そうよ。まだここの案内もしてないでしょ。
Oops.
案内？
そうだよ。せっかく来たんだし、ちゃんと見て回った方がいいでしょ。
So we've seen the puppets do some sort of like impersonation of people. So here's the thing. Is this puppet sort of like impersonating the little sister of like that other person? But is this a case of the little sister turned into a puppet? Or is it just like a full impersonation as in the maybe the because there's a lot of cases in other like stories where it's like this important person to a certain character dies and later on the villain or whatever that thing that is evil impersonates the character and says like, oh, I'm back, and then that character does like the bidding of like the person that they lost that is getting impersonated by whatever villain or evilness is going on in the story.
そう、あなたのことは知ってる。みんな知ってるよ。あなたは大事なお客さんなんだもん。さあ、見て回ろうよ。ここを好きになるかもしれないでしょ。歓迎するよ。私たちの一員になってもいい。
Yeah, you wish.
来ないの？来ないなら先に行くよ。
攻撃してこなかった。罠。ひとまず様子を見ましょう。
Wait patiently, do not use the Herrscher power. Creepy. Very creepy.
壮観でしょう。みんなで作ったんだ。
みんなって？
友達だよ。みんな弱いからさ、団結してこの劇場で助け合ってるんだ。あらら、ごめんね。きっと誰かが落としたんだと思う。
As if.
雷の律者の力があれば簡単に倒せるでしょ。いいえ、この程度の敵は。
Alright, I see what they're trying to do now. They're trying to do the same thing that they did to Puronia. But May probably already has information about the fact that they can take Herrscher powers from other people, from like the other Herrschers if they use it.
今度のおもちゃは少し数が多いね。早くしないと置いてっちゃうよ。
心配ないわ。案内を続けて。
律者なのに刀なんか使わないでよ。雷でやった方がかっこいいでしょ。
The bait is like, it's two in our faces. Of course he's not gonna bite it if you just do that. You're terrible at lying, little sister. Terrible. Although I wish at least I could use my weapon skill.
もうおしまい？案内してくれるんでしょ？
Wait, did I get rid of the, I did. I always forget about it. I always have to check. If I got rid of, like, the, this. Here we go.
いい加減しらばっくれるのはやめたらどう？これらの傀儡は全部あなたが操ってるんでしょ？
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
バレた？雷の律者のかっこいい姿を見てみたかったんだよ。
The puppet explained half-heartedly, but May had her own considerations.
人形は1回で3から5体の傀儡しか操れない。本体は戦闘力があまりないよね。それにどうしてか私に律者の力を使わせようとして。
They don't know. The World Serpent and May doesn't know about the whole deal about the Herrscher powers. More info was needed, but she was being very obvious about it. And of course, if somebody's just like telling you, do this, do this, do this, do this, then of course you're not gonna do it.
他に見て回りたい場所はある？
あなたが言ったみんなのことを教えて。どうして私にその一員になってほしいの？
みんな弱いから。みんな失敗を経験してこの世界に絶望したからだよ。まあ今のあなたは強いよ。私たちとは違う。もっと早く会えてたら当たり前のように招待できたのに。
So far, I do have this idea that they run on very, very negative emotions. Because every single puppet that we have found has some sort of like very big negativity to them. And Red Seele, who lives off of negative emotions from Blue Seele, was the one that they would try to like capture, saying that that she was the same as them.
でも今のあなたでもこの劇場に入る資格はあるよ。
And back before she turned into like the Herrscher of Thunder, she was like very, very like full of like negative emotions and negative thoughts with the whole deal with Kiana.
どうしてそう思うの？
だってあなたの心の中にはまだ絶望が消えてないでしょ。あなたの考えがわかるよ。ネゲントロピーも天命も彼女を救えない。誰かが立ち上がって状況を変えないと。そしてその誰かはあなた自身。偉いね。でもここのみんなもあなたと同じ。現実の不公平と必死に戦った人。けど何 何ができるというの？問題を一つ解決したらまた次の問題が出てくる。過ちを一つ正したら瞬く間に次の過ちが生まれる。
Well, yeah, but shame for you, little puppet, but you're exactly the problem that we want to take out from Kiana's life.
結局私たちは何も変えられない。
いろんなことがあったよね。
そうだよ。もう外にいるやつにはあったんでしょ？
Wait, let me check something. If I do this... Okay, it doesn't screw up with my tracking.
あなたたちに協力してた人間のこと？
Because I have like a very big habit of just like when I'm thinking, I put my hand on like my shin or like under my mouth. And I thought that maybe that like screwed up with the tracking.
そう。数日前、あの男の妹は病気で亡くなった。
Byoki.
あのただの偽善者は、妹のことを足手まといだとか言って一度も見舞いに来なかった。その妹、この私がどれだけ絶望したか想像できる？
This is actually super terrible. She was lying in the hospital bed. He never went there to see her. Never.
あなたは彼女が生きてた時に生まれた人形なのね。
そうだよ。妹が亡くなって兄さんはようやくたった一人の家族の存在に気づいた。けどどれだけ後悔してももう間に合わない。でも私がいる。だから私は兄さんの前に現れた。兄さん、もう泣かないで。私はここにいるでしょ。
Both the puppet and the big brother are really pissing me off. As if like I'm really angry at the thing that the big brother did.
行きたい場所に連れてってくれるようになった。
And the puppet just like using that moment of like weakness to like make the big brother do stuff.
もう兄さんのこともこの劇場に招待したかったけど、結局あなたたちの方が先に来ちゃった。あ、そうだ。ふと思いついたんだけど、私たちの仲間にならなくてもいいよ。別の方法であなたを助けられるから。あなたとキアナを普通の人間に戻す方法があるの。
これまでにも似たような話を聞いたことがあるけど、どうするつもり？
するんだよ。
The puppet approached May and posed a strange gesture as if channeling some sort of power.
じゃーん。
As it opened its closed palms, a ball pen fell to the floor.
それは？
これは断りの律者の力。あなたの友達からもらったんだよ。ずっと病院にいたからこんなものしか構築できないけどね。
ブローニャちゃん。
May examined the ball pen on the floor. The blue shimmer meant it was indeed a creation of the Herrscher of reason. She frowned and directed her eyes back to the puppet.
どういうこと？断りの律者とあなたの提案に何のつながりがあるの？まさか構築の力で私たちの体を作り直すとかじゃないでしょうね。
違うよ。ちゃんと話を聞いて。要点は断りの律者じゃない。私たちはあなたたちの力を奪うことができるの。
Is this okay, little puppet? Just like saying everything?
私と手をつないで力を込めてバチバチってなったらあなたの力は私のものになる。
Also, she makes it seem like it's like really nice, like, hey, just give me your power and you will never have to worry about being the Herrscher of Thunder. We'll take care of everything ourselves. But they did mention that whenever they use the Herrscher of Reason's powers, any sort of like bad side effect that that might have is still going straight to Bronya. So it's like not the best thing to like do, to just like give him like your powers, because you'll get like corrupted by Honkai at one point in time, because you're just taking like the bad side effects. It didn't feel like a lie. So
どう？簡単でしょ？あなたが雷の律者の力を私に渡してくれたら、その後は私が空の律者の力を奪ってきてあげる。そうしたらあなたも彼女も普通の暮らしに戻れて、もう崩壊に悩まされることもなくなる。
but this should be a lie. They will have to worry about Honkai corruption in their bodies.
確かに悪くない提案だけど、キアナちゃんがあなたから力を奪い返さないという保証はあるの？
力を奪い返す？ありえない。力を失った一般人が私たちに勝てるわけないでしょ。
The conclusion jumped out.
どう？考えてみて。
Mei shook her head and reached for her blade once again.
でもその理屈だと、空の律者の力を奪うのに私の力は別に必要ないようだけど、それなら先に彼女を普通の人間に戻してから雷の律者の力をあなたに渡すのはどうかしら。
確かにそうだけど、でも断りの律者の力だけじゃ勝てないかも。
Well, thank you for telling us that you are really weak.
ええ、そうでしょうね。
何が言いたいの？
Mei readied her battle stance.
ごめんなさい。何があってもキアナちゃんがあなたに負けることはないと思ってるわ。だからあなたの提案には何の価値もない。
理解してもらえるようにちょっと優しくしてやったのに。
Well, even if they could beat Kiana, there's like no way that Mei was gonna give her power. It's on her hands to defend Kiana, not on the hands of others.
やっぱり乱暴なやり方が一番効率がいいみたい。これは私たちが十数時間かけて作ったものだ
Oh,
よ。
the controller disconnected.
律
There
者
we
の
go.
力を使わないでいつまで持つか見てみようじゃない。
Well, it should be pretty easy because I actually counter them.
次はこいつだ。このデカブツは難しかったよ。丸くて大きくて、こいつを設計した人の趣味がわからない。
It costs a lot of materials.
どうやらあなたたちはまだ断りの律者の力を完全に支配できてないよね。
こんな時でもまだ私から何か聞き出そうとする気？悪い人だね。騙されないよ。
But you've been telling me like literally everything.
とっておきのお宝があるんだから。
Also, I'm very, very grateful that I decided to just like bring out all the enemies that I can actually counter myself.
何？
遅いわよ。
Hmm?
誰？
The puppet collapsed to the floor.
おや、トリガーを引くのが早すぎたか？何を言おうとしたんだ？
She's fast.
どうせ聞く価値もない言葉よ。
And I wonder if they just didn't care about her like at all because of her not being like a Raven not being a Herrscher. So they just let her do like whatever she wanted. And because she has like the divine key, even if they try to like stop her with like those like pesky little creations that they have, well, they couldn't. With a sudden change to surroundings, the two found themselves back in the real world.
戻ったな。
どうやら接触してきた人形を倒せば支配劇場とのつながりを立てるよね。ある種の保険ってところかしら。
In the box now lay a puppet broken into pieces.
あの男の人はどうするの？
そのままにしてここの担当者に任せよう。あんな奴に同情はいらない。
Yeah, seriously. From the things that he did, he doesn't really deserve our pity.
さっき人形が断りの律者の力を使ったわ。
You know, maybe we can pin the blame of all the sabotages on him. It works. It worked well, just like making it seem like he did every single thing, because he did do every single thing pretty much, thanks to like the puppet and like solving all the all-out war that's going on between the organizations.
私も見た。探りを入れてみるか。
ええ、頼むわ。
May lowered her head and began to chew on what the puppet said.
戦いの途中、人形は私に律者の力を使わせようとしたわ。奴らは律者コアなんて関係なしに、
Smart.
その力を奪えるのかもしれない。
そんなことができるのか。
おそらく条件があるんでしょうけど、あの口ぶりからすると、それさえ満たせば奪うことができると思うわ。私が雷の律者の力を使わなかったから、人形は力を奪えなかったんでしょうね。一つ推測があるんだけど。
なんだ。
黄泉の杖を覚えてる？効果は違うけど、この二つには共通点があると思うの。
もう少しわかりやすく言ってくれないか？
Yeah, please. I also got a little bit lost there.
つまり、どちらも律者コアと虚数空間のつながりに干渉するのよ。こう考えましょう。律者コアは鍵、蛇口の線。蛇口から流れ出るのは虚数空間のエネルギー。黄泉の杖は乱暴な手段で水の流れを止める。そして人形はホースを使って水を自分たちの桶へと流してるの。
そう言われてみると確かにそうだな。
I'm still lost.
渡りガラス、この人形を持って先に帰ってもらえる？
別に構わないが、お前はこれからどうするつもりだ
？Conditions. I have a theory. Oh, I see. They're talking about them using like a way, different like way to like take the Herrscher powers, where they break the connection between the Herrscher core and the imaginary space. They just create like they block the flow that's going towards the core user, and they redirect it using another pipe to flow it into their own pool, therefore them being able to use like the powers without sacrificing anything themselves.
この目で確認しなきゃいけないことがあるの。
Let me check the time. And here's what's supposed to be like the cutoff point for the first part. I still have an hour left. And if it's still gonna be like a very, very long like chapter, then it might be better to do a couple of like stages in this hour, because like every stage is pretty much taking me 30 minutes from how much there is like how much dialogue there is between characters. So if I think about this, like each one of these being like 30 minutes, it's like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, which would not be fitting in like the normal time that I have to like to play like a chapter, which would be next Monday. So I think I'm gonna be doing maybe even this like 2 chapters, so that I on Monday I can actually finish this chapter. And since we're gonna be going on to like the next chapter after I'm done with this, maybe it'd be better if I still have to see how long this chapter is gonna be. Depending on how long this chapter is gonna be, I'm gonna decide if the moment that the stream that I decide to finish chapter 24, if I also go on and do some pause Honkai on the Odyssey Part 2, because I still need to open up the daily stages for Part 2. Or I could do it now. No, I think I should still wait for it, because my focus is on the main story, and this is just like more of like a side story. Like right now, it doesn't have anything to do with like the main story. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll keep playing the normals, the main story, until it's time to leave, or well, time to eat my lunch. Was it the fish? Was it the fish bit the hook, or the hook kissed the fish? Was it the fish that bit the hook, or the hook that kissed the fish? I have no idea. I do not understand. It's been a while. Let's see how Fuhua is doing. I think this is the actually I think every single character from Fuhua has that little like 1 2 3 1 2 3, or like 1 2 3 and then use the other attack. The front gate of a college, New Jersey State. Okay, now it's been a really long time since we've actually seen her. The last time we saw her, if I remember correctly, was at the start of Fuhua's arc on a movie. And that's it. She mentioned a couple of things and then she was gone forever, never to be seen again. And I have really missed our cute little Teddy Teddy. She's very, very Teddy adorable. After the assault on the base, Dr. Einstein recalled Fuhua and asked her to investigate the Herrscher of Dominance.
人形体内のコアを解析した結果、律者に関する情報を手に入れた。ただし、情報があまりにも乱雑で、終わりのないパズルのようだ。しかし、逆探知により、1体目の人形が現れたと考えられる場所を絞り出した。ニュージャージー州の大学。宿主は医学部の教授だ。ちなみに今は、宿主という言葉で、人形の元となった人間を表すことにしている。
Okay.
彼を見つければいいのね。もし彼がまだ生きていればだけど。
Here's the thing: isn't every single host dead, or is there still like a chance they might still be alive? Because so far, all the hosts that we've found, John Doe is dead. Mina Rimmer is supposed to be dead, right? Unless I missed something. Who else was it? Jerry Barber. But Jerry Barber is like unique because it's a Jerry Barber apparently sacrificed himself in order to like use its power to take over the Herrscher of Reason's power. And Lily is dead. The little sister is dead. It's like every single host is dead, right? Or at the very least, every single host is supposed to be dead. They just look like they're alive, quote unquote alive, because they're already like fully taking control by the puppets.
ああ、できれば本人を助けてほしい。もし失敗したとしても、人形を持って帰ってきてほしい。
Or it's like a kind of thing where the puppets actually take control of the person slowly until they fully like consume his persona and consume them like as a person, and then only like the puppet is left and the other person is just like completely dead, as in like physically, mentally, and psychologically, and their soul is like gone and stuff like that. Maybe.
人形のコアを破壊しないように注意してくれ。中から情報を抽出しなければならない。1体目となる支配の律者のコアは最も重要なものなんだ。
どうして？
家系図を想像してみよう。最初は2人だったが、 どんどん数が増えていき、木のようになる。支配の律者もそうだ。もしそれが本当に1体目の人形なら、それを基準に他の個体との違いを比べることで、律者の誕生法則、電波規律、能力原理の面から鍵となる情報を入手できるかもしれない。もちろん家系図はあくまで比喩表現だ。実際の計算はもっと複雑だろう。だが何があってもこの一つ目のかけらは僕たちにとって必要なものになるはずだ。
Fair。
私たちの任務は大学に潜入し、その教授のことを調べ、できれば本人もしくは人形を見つけてネゲントロピーに連れ帰ってくることね。天命のバルキリーたちも律者コアの回収をしてるし、きっとヨルムンガンドも動いてるわ。
Yeah, and we already know that they're moving because we just played as May and Raven.
だから一体目の
And
人
Jackal
形
also
は
knows.
すでに彼らの手の内にあるかもしれない。それでもできるだけ情報を持って帰りましょう。
わかりました。
式の律者の方は？
残念ながらまだ彼女の行方はつかめていません。しかし彼女は私の体内にあるコアとまだつながっているため、たまに断片的なものを感じます。
So it's going the same as before. I think I remember that someone mentioned that Fuhua was working with someone else to track the Herrscher of Sentience and they failed. Can't remember who it was that they mentioned.
断片的？視覚や感覚のようなもの？
ええ。でもどれも一瞬だけですが。
彼女が心配なの？
ええ。彼女は律者ですが、その根の部分は悪くありません。このまま放っておけば、また崩壊の意志に狙われる恐れがあります。
Yeah, this is the fear that we mentioned on the end of her arc, of her getting corrupted by the Honkai and us having to like somehow kill her or something like that. It's just like we don't want that because she's not a bad person. She's just like a child.
じゃあコアの力を使って彼女を探すことは？
できないと思います。
どうして？
変なんです。コアは私の中にありますが、式の律者の力は彼女が主導権を握っています。都政の羽の一枚の羽を頼りにこの世に存在しているのです。綱引きみたいなもので、私が律者の力を使おうとすれば、彼女を自分の方へと引き寄せなければいけません。しかし今の私にはできない。綱の反対側は彼女がきつく握っていて、どれほど力を入れても動かないのです。
I wonder if Fuhua has a little bit more power than when she was the feather, because I remember her mentioning that when she was the feather, she was like insanely weak, where at even a flick of the Herrscher of Sentience fingers, she could be like immediately killed.
もちろん、都政の羽の称賛、それと私自身の力がまだ回復していないことも関係しているとは思いますが。
フカの体はその影響を受けてるの？
任務の遂行に問題はありません。学園長、お気遣いありがとうございます。
But she is suffering from something, which is not good.
フカの過去を知った今、学園長と呼ばれるとなんだか変な感じがするわ。
そうですか？でもあなたはセイフレイヤーの学園長なんですから、事実を口にしたまでです。
Fair.
ソルトレイク基地のことを聞きました。皆さんは大丈夫ですか？
ブローニャの状態は安定してるわ。律者の力は奪われたけど、体の方は大丈夫よ。
That's good, because it seems that they are actually using the Herrscher of Reason's power.
安全のため、キアナにはしばらく任務を与えず、施設内で待機してもらってる。
ええ。もし支配の律者の目的が律者の力なら、その判断は賢明です。
And if you throw her into a mission, there's the risk of her running into like a trap and then finding herself in like a spot where she needs to use her Herrscher powers, which would lead to the worst possible situation.
ただ、また部屋にいてもらうことになるのは申し訳ないわ。せっかく自由に行動する権利を手にしたばかりなのに。
キアナはそんなことを気にしないと思います。
だから申し訳ないと思うのよ。セーフレイヤーにいた頃だったら今頃大暴れしてるのに。あんなやんちゃだった子が今はもう大人になっちゃって。早く永久バルキリーになって任務に出たいって騒いでた日々が懐かしいわ。気づいたらキアナは大人になっていて、聞き分けも良くなり、頼もしくなった。
Yeah, seriously, too much happened to poor Kiana. And she had to grow up, be sensible and reliable in such a short amount of time. She had to change so much. In 4 months. It was 4 months that she had to like grow up into the person that she is now.
あの子の変化を見ると、なんというか、嬉しいけど、同時に辛くもあるわ。
学園長。
そんな彼女を見てると、たまに過去のことを思い出して、またあの無邪気な笑顔を見せてほしいと思うの。今のキアナの笑顔は、もう昔とは違うものになったわ。
Yeah.
でも、それもいいことだと思う。人は前を向かないと。彼女たちの選んだ道を信じてるわ。キアナも、ブローニャも、メイも。もちろんフカもよ。
And you know, this is actually like a very, very interesting like way that Teresa puts it, because it is also true. Kiana lost a lot because of sitting. Bronia did end up losing the entirety of like her past with like Cocolia. May ended up losing Kiana, her like spot next to Kiana. She had to sacrifice it in order to be able to protect her. And Fuhua lost her past.
私？
あなたもセーフレイヤーの一員でしょ？
ありがとうございます。
さて、年長者のおしゃべりはここまでにして、任務を開始しましょう。学校に潜入するため、わざわざこの学校で来たんだから。
And the fact that Teresa says this, it's also really nice because Fuhua never got the chance to be like a proper student for more than 1 semester. She was in school for that single semester, then the Honkai event happened, she lost everything, she became a soldier, and then her life completely like broke apart. So it's nice for her to just actually have like some time to be a student and have someone that's like sort of like higher up to like care for her, like Teresa as the principal, and her friends of course as well, Kiana, Veronia. Well, May, even though she's not here, she probably also cares for her.
似合ってますよ。
The two walk towards the campus.
おい、間違ってるぞ。
間違ってる？この入り口は通行禁止なんでしょうか？
違う違う。ここは大学。小学校なら向かいだよ。
Oh, right.
小学校？
Hold it in, hold it in. We need to keep our disguise. Hold it in.
実はですね、ケビンさん。
Fuhua held Teresa's hand in a hurry.
この子は私の妹なんです。妹の夢はこの学校で勉強することなので、今日は見学させるため連れてきました。
おお、なるほど。
The guard bent down and looked at Teresa with fatherly, caring eyes.
ああ、友達の娘もちょうどこの子と同じくらいの年で、ここの学生になりたいと言ってたな。お嬢ちゃん、どの学部を目指してるんだい？お姉さんと同じ学部かな？
私は。
Hold it! Hold! Teresa, you can do it! Hold!
そうなの。お姉ちゃんの学校はすごく綺麗って聞いたか
Ah, even the voice change.
ああ、もちろんいいさ。ちゃんと勉強して夢を叶えるんだよ。
The guard turned to Fuhua.
可愛らしい妹さんだ。
Mm-hmm,
これ以
right?
上邪魔はしないでおくよ。
Even when she isn't a baby sister, she's also cute.
ありがとうございます。
Fuhua took Teresa's hand and they went in together. Same age as Tere Tere, does it mean your kid is around 30 plus? Isn't she like 60 or like 40? She was there for like the first. Oh, it was in the 70s, wasn't it? No. Yeah. Should have been on like the 70s when she was like born.
なんなの？どうして私の体は子供のまま止まってるの？まったく不便だわ。
You did your best, Teddy Teddy. You did your best. You held it in. You kept yourself to like your disguise. I am oh so proud of you. I clap to you. You did it, Teddy Teddy.
それはむしろ羨ましいことなのでは？
腹が立つ。もうこんな格好二度としないわ。
No! She looks so cute.
とにかくまずはあの教授の研究室から調べましょう。こっそり忍び込むわよ。この学校はセーフレイヤーと少し似てるわね。
About that.
久しぶりに学園に戻りたいですね。
でも生徒はあまりいないみたい。
夏休みだから皆さん帰省したのでしょうか？
そういえばそうだったわね。セーフレイヤーは夏休みでもみんな学園内にいるから。
Well, doesn't the school have like a lot of like extra things inside it? I'm sure not all the campus for like all the schools have like a lot of like things in it to be like nice and like fun to stay even like summer holidays. Also, there probably is like a lot more to like a Valkyrie school than a normal school. Can I talk to you? Nope. What is that? That's supposed to be Insane Freya? Like big snake? Why? Oh wait, this is supposed to be like a medical school. Maybe this is like a thing that got added for it to be like a medical school. Because I remember that there's like the snake thingy that's supposed to be like the symbol of like medicine. Or something that has to do with like medicine. Yeah. I think. Looks like it. And the guy that we're looking for is a medical teacher.
ここが彼の研究室ね。
She changed her clothes. They walked into the room and Teresa took off the coat for disguise. Aww.
結構散らかっていますね。
何かないか探してみましょう。手がかりがあるかもしれないわ。
You know what's also funny with the whole thing about the baby sister is that it's kind of right because over 50,000 years old, over 30 years old, she is very much a baby sister. Teresa and Fuhua began to search through the files on the desk.
講義の時間割。結構入ってるわね。
ローンの通知書に
Hmm.
電気代の催促書。どうやら経済的なトラブルがあったようです。
Probably why he's taking more courses. A notebook at the corner suddenly caught Fuhua's eyes.
これは日記でしょうか？
あの教授の日記？
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy.
名前からしてそのようですね。
Teresa and Fuhua opened this thick diary.
見た感じは普通の日記ね。5月15日。あれ、今月も半分が過ぎた。まだ返答はない。
Hmm.
5月17日。ああ、また不採用になった。くそ、なぜこの研究の重要性がわからない。
That monotone reading from Teddy Teddy is really, really cute. Teresa frowned and turned to the next page.
すでに7つの医学誌に不採用をもらった。もういい、ここまでだ。誰もこの革新的な課題を理解していない。
This, together with the late payments that he's had, are probably the source of his despair to be taken over by the Herrscher of the Legion Herrscher.
ネガティブな感情を随分と溜め込んでたようね。
Mm-hmm. Teresa turned a few pages.
終わった。今月も進展なし。
Yeah.
お金も全部ローンの返済に充てた。昨晩、劇場の夢を見た。
There it is.
これだわ。劇場は非常に広く、ゴシック建築のようで、映画で見たビクトリア朝を思い出す。しかし、中には誰もいない。
So here's the
私のためだけに作られたみたいだ。
So here's the curious thing. If he's supposed to be the first, and maybe he's supposed to be like the first puppet that was ever born, then what is actually the Herrscher? Is it the theater itself that's the Herrscher?
かすかに声が聞こえた。私はここにいるべきだと。みんなはここにいるべきだと。みんなとは一体。
But at the same time, they say that each puppet has like a small like Herrscher core inside of them. It's like I'm having a tough time just like thinking about how this Herrscher like truly works.
そうだよ。一人の声は小さく弱い。だからもっと仲間が必要で、もっと多くの声が必要だ。待って、私は一体何を書いている？はあ、ストレスが溜まりすぎているのかもしれない。またあの劇場の夢を見た。私は誰かに背中を押され、舞台の中央で歌って踊っていた。誰かが拍手してくれた。その音は木材がぶつかり合う音のようだった。精神科を予約した方がいいかもしれない。おかしい。私はあの劇場の夢を期待するようになっている。
Actually don't know what this means. I've heard it before, but I don't know what it means. From this entry on, every new one was not dated and became more and more like casual notes.
昨日は一日中眠っていたみたいだ。何の記憶もない。目覚めた時、目の前には木製の私が座っていた。この木製の私が人形ね。その身長も座る姿も顔も私とそっくりだった。ああ、わかった。あの劇場こそが私の帰る場所。私を待っているんだ。これは劇場がくれた贈り物。現実の私の身代わり。
This is where the creepy side starts.
支配劇場へようこそと。
ようこそ、ようこそ。
誰かが私にそう言った。いや、違う。あれは私の声だった。
If I remember correctly, that whole like
私が自分に話しかけたの。
some boys. If I remember correctly, that whole like yokoso yokoso thing. Think I remember it from Nier Automata. Pretty good game. The writing became sloppier and sloppier.
歌う、解剖、手術、解剖、支配、支配、解剖。
Teresa squinted and tried in vain to distinguish the writing. She turned to the next page with hope.
このページ、何も読めないくらい塗りつぶされています。
And that's probably... Oh wait, no, maybe it's this page?
夢の中の声、支配劇場、それと謎の人形。どの被害者も似たような経験をしているわ。
Strong. I will give you praise because it's actually pretty good. Wait. No. I know it. If that's... That's a pun that she actually uses in the Second Eruption manga when she actually gets into the in the Babylon Labs for the first time. I think she does call it terrifying, or that I am terrified, or something of the sort. For some reason in the manga they like to pull a lot of like jokes with like teddy puns, and Otto also brings out like a lot of like random ass jokes. For some reason, it's like one of those like little like small gaps that I really like from them. Teddy with teddy puns, and Otto just like joking around, not being like super serious every time that he was on screen.
現実で人形が生まれた後、彼らはおかしくなって気を失い、さらに失踪するケースもあります。そして人形は彼らを演じ、彼らの代わりに事件を起こします。
Or maybe instead of terrified, what Teddy was saying was, I am Teddy scared. I think that's one of the things that she also said. Teddy scared. So the puppets who said to become distraught, fall unconscious, or go missing, the puppet starts to play them.
奴らの本拠地ってことね。ブローニャとゼーレの情報によると、例の劇場は異空間のようだった。
And the curious thing is what happens to the people if they get sucked into the theater of domination. Do they die? I'm gonna guess that they die because of the corruption. The same thing that was happening to Bronya.
人形たちは自由に劇場を出入りできて、他人が入ることを拒否することもできるかもしれない。まるで改札員のようね。
残念なのは日記に他の手がかりがない点ですね。だからここに残っているのかもしれませんが。
And of course, with this, we know that the that medical teacher is like no longer alive, because this probably, since he was the first whatchamacallit, quote unquote the first puppet, this happened a long time ago, and there's no way that he could have survived for that long inside the theater.
職員寮に行きましょう。それと警備員に教授が失踪した当日の詳細を聞いてみましょう。
わかった。職員寮には私が行くわ。警備員の方は負荷に任せるわね。私が行くときっとまた子供扱いされるし。
Aww. Satch.
警備員は確かここら辺に。
Well, 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 there seems to be absolutely no sound.
私に何か用かな。
Yeah.
君、体に異物があるみたいだね。
人形？
私が助けてあげる。君、どういうことだ？
The sort of like movement and stuff like that reminds me of Visage. Such a creepy game.
何がですか？
律者コアの気配を感じて往診に出たというのに。君のは血栓のような違う種物、それも違う。君は自分の力を扱えない偽物の律者か。
Well, yeah, something like that, maybe.
あなたは知らなくてもいいことです。
どいつもこいつも気分が悪いのに隠そうとする。それじゃあ治る病気も治らないだろう。リラックスして私の言う通りにするんだ。ちゃんと治療してあげるから。
自分のことだけ心配してください。
You tell him. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's this one.
言うことを聞いてくれないな。医者の言うことはちゃんと聞きなさい。
Ouch. So nothing in... No, there's nothing else. The only thing is that there, she doesn't have like the other like fist attack that the Herrscher of Sentient had when I was using her. It creates like lightning. That one was pretty good. But this character is still very, very good by itself. Because I have like iframes while I do this. Ow. She's still very, very easy to use.
おやおや、さすがにこれはかなわない。逃げるが勝ちだ。
待ちなさい。
Oh, well, well, well. The Oath of Judah chains. There's no way that it can escape now.
お、神の鍵。
Mm-hmm.
面白い。でも、こんな死んだコアよりも生きてるコアの方がもっといい。何せ解剖は法医学の専門だから。
But compared with dead cores like this one, living cores are better. Can they actually take control of dead cores? I wonder.
あなたたち、一体何が目的なの？
目的。お嬢さん、医学の最終目標は何だと思う？
What? I mean, if you're into them, more power to you. God damn, there's some cake. It's a little bit hard, but if you like it, you can take it.
人類の進化に決まってるだろう。まだわからないか。崩壊は病なんかじゃない。人類にとって良薬なんだ。
It's one of those. I mentioned this before. Cults that are actually just like they treat like this whole like apocalyptic kind of thing into like an actual cure for humanity, something like good for humanity, when it's actually killing everyone. So yeah, it seems like you're into that, Strom. I'm not quite into hard cake or stale cake, so you can take this cake for yourself.
おや、もうやめるのか。いいだろう。じゃあ手を動かすとしようか。
何をする気？
これはただの体だ。まだ人類だった頃の私と一緒だ。私の意志も精神も、とうに仲間たちと支配劇場と一つになった。私が一人でも生き残れば、私は死なない。
I've watched a manga that has something like this. My will and my consciousness have long merged with my partners. Maybe the true Herrscher, as I was thinking about the true Herrscher, is some sort of like hive mind kind of thing. Which would be like the theater of domination or something of the sort.
見るがいい。私たちはどこにでもいる。私たちこそが人類の理想的な姿。勝利は私たちのもの。
And the puppets would be some sort of like maybe in this like hive mind. There's like all these personalities that are still not like a single one. They are still sort of like split. And whenever like a new puppet is born, the like Herrscher would pull one of the personalities from its like Herrscher core and sort of like place it inside of the puppet to act by itself, just like impersonating that person that turned into like a puppet. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe.
やれるものならやってみなさい。
Scratching my ear. Judah's chains pierce the puppet's chest.
これがあの教授の人形ね。コアは避けておいたから、持って帰って博士に渡しましょう。
Would it not have been better to actually take the puppet intact? Or maybe it's too risky?
どこかおかしいです。
フカもそう思う？なんだか不安になるぐらいうまくいきすぎてて。奴らは仲間や自分の犠牲を全然気にしていない。まるで本物の木彫り人形みたいだった。
Kibori Ningyo. I don't know what Kibori is.
なるべく早く皆さんと合流しましょう。
ええ。
Alright, one more Or wait. Why did it pull me back? This is a curious spot to like pull me back. Okay. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm on number 7. Alright. It's still the same thing. I don't know what might happen on this stage, but I think this is going to be my last stage. And after this, I'm going to go eat because I'm getting hungry. Where's my trial character? That's weird. Can I just like do this? I guess I haven't leveled them up. I think yesterday I leveled up to 79. So let's level them up. Yep. Upgrade. And I'll upgrade her. There we go. And that's probably all I'm gonna do because main story enemies are very, very easy to deal with. So I probably won't be needing much power. Maybe I should swap Helia for like a more of a... I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing to like drop in a character that would be showing up in this like stage. So yeah, maybe I'll just use them. I'm probably gonna breeze through like every single one of the enemies here though, so I'm gonna have to be careful to not skip any lines. But yeah, this is my last stage because it's very close to like 2 p.m. Or maybe they're gonna give me a character anyway because I just saw that Bruni appeared there. A few days later, Sad Lake Base.
Fuka とテレサさんが持って帰ってきてくれた人形のおかげで今までの推測の実証ができた。わかりやすいように説明すると、人形たちは相互接続するネットワークのようなもので、支配劇場はそのサーバーに当たる。
Okay, I think this sort of follows like the idea that I have of like it being like sort of like the theater being like the hive mind itself.
人形たちの間では一定の情報共有が可能で、それが奴らの主な情報源だ。
でも絶対的なものじゃないわ。もし協力的じゃない人形がいたら、他人と情報を共有しないこともあり得る。まだ人形内部がどういった状態かわからないからね。
So since the puppets still have like their own persona, if they so wish, they can reject information, like giving out information or like taking information from certain puppets.
しかし逆に言えば、そのネットワークを利用することもできる。
Maybe that's what they meant.
博士が前に言ってた逆探知ね。
そうだ。ネゲントロピーが所有する数十体のコアサンプルを通して、人形の残存数と活動位置をかなり正確に推測することが可能になった。
それはつまり、敵に一方的にやられる状況じゃなくなったということだ。すでにこの方法で人混みに隠れた人形を10体以上倒した。
Pretty nice. They have already tested this method, and it has worked.
敵の位置と数を把握できれば、反撃の計画も立てられるだろう。
いいお知らせね。人形の戦闘力はかなり低いから、武力による戦闘に持ち込むことができれば、勝つ方法はいくらでもある。
Each one of them is weak individually, so take them out one by one, and you'll have a very easy time.
しかし、今は厄介な問題があるんだ。
There's always a problem. Go on.
問題？
人形の動きが止まった。
止まった。どういう意味？文字通りの意味だよ。止まった、やめた、トラブルを起こさなくなった。 情報が漏れたことに気づいたから？
それも一つの原因かもしれないが、もう一つ気になることがある。人形の数がちょうど500で止まったんだ。
ちょうど1000人の半分ですね。
その通り。2日前、人形を観測していたら、その数が501から500になった。その時から人形たちは何の前触れもなく活動をしなくなった。丸2日間、人形は姿を現していない。
Curious.
計画を放棄したか、それとも奴らの計画が新たな段階に入ったか。
I was thinking that maybe it would have been some sort of like defense mechanism. If they reached like a certain number of puppets, they just like changed like their tactics or something of the sort, or just like change what they were doing because of like they feel threatened.
奴らがこれまでにやってきたことだけでも、もう十分世界中を混乱させてるけどね。破壊はまだ副次的なもので、一番厄介なのは集団における不信と猜疑心。人と人との信頼関係がますます悪くなってるわ。ほら、私も半月もの間帰れなかったでしょ。
現状は俺たちにとってかなり不利だ。
How?
今の状況を変えなければならない。
I don't think she mentioned that in Japanese, right?
ほら、私も半月もの間帰れなかった
No, she did mention it. Hansuki. Half a month.
これまでの方法のまま、人形が現れる時に現場に向かうのではダメだ。時間的に受け身になるだけでなく、兵力も分散してしまう。
Seele, Bronia, Fuhua, and Teresa. I like the Seele one. The Seele one is it's really, really cute. And I like the Teresa one as well.
だから最も望ましい方法は、こちらから打って出ること。相手を一箇所に集めて、一網打尽にする。
So cute.
確かにこれは簡単なことではない。この状況を作り出す方法は2つだけ。追い立てる。もしくは、おびき出す。追い立てることに関してはあまり現実的ではない。人形はあまりにも分散していて数も多すぎる。だからおびき出すしかないだろう。支配の律者が絶対に見逃せない状況を作り出し、罠にかけるんだ。
待って。人形たちが見逃せない状況、それって踊りが必要ってこと？
そうだ。
That silence fell. Everyone held their breaths waiting for the next words from Welt, which would be, "What is this bait?" How good of a bait is it? But he spoke no more. Instead, it was another voice that broke the silence. Ah.
なんですって？キアナが。支配の律者の目標は律者。2つのコアを持つ私なら、きっと奴らを引きつけられる。
They did mention that they didn't have the power to take her. So if a perfect opportunity comes up where they can actually take her with their current power, then I guess the bait can be good enough for them to actually go out of hiding. Is what I'm guessing that they're thinking. Well, actually, they don't know that they think of themselves like a weak. May is the one that knows this information. Anti-Entropy doesn't have that information.
そもそもこの計画も私がベルトに言い出したことだし。
But because we know this information from like May's side, then we can know that this like plan can actually work out better than they were thinking because of that fact. Oh? Welt cleared his throat.
俺から説明するよ。別にキアナを危険にさらすつもりはない。俺たちはハイペリオンに乗って北極基地、すなわち国会が提案した空の律者のために作られた収容施設に向かう。
I guess maybe this is why there was like that stopping point, because it seems like another like one of their like big things is gonna end up happening, and so they give you like this like the like pause, or it's just like, hey, if you need to stop, you should stop here. But I already did say that I was gonna do it, so I might as well just do it. We'll see how it feels to actually just like stop in the middle like the story. For like next time. We'll see if it's actually good or if it feels like bad. Because the next stream is gonna be on Monday anyway, so yeah.
今までの経験上、人形たちは必ずその情報を入手する。北極基地の周囲100キロは無人エリア。人形が誕生する条件を満たしていない。基地内には電磁障壁があり、そこから支配劇場へと接続することは不可能だ。
So if they want to do it, they have to do it now, or they'll lose their chance.
今、ソルトレイク基地にも同じ遮断設備を導入した。つまり、ソルトレイク基地からハイペリオンに乗って北極に到着するまでの間が、人形たちにとって唯一キアナの力を奪えるチャンス。
敵のために作った隙ですか。
奴らに与えられた選択は2つのみ。空の律者の力を諦めるか、全力で奪いに来るかだ。もちろん計画の実行に関しては今ここにいるみんなが決めることだが。
賛成に1票。
博士、
この計画なら相手の不意を打てる。人形に対策を考える余裕はなく、準備も比較的不足したものになるだろう。一方、僕たちは終始ハイペリオンでキアナをサポート可能だ。つまり、僕たちは戦力を集中させることができる。
And this is probably one of the biggest deals, not giving the puppets so much time to prepare. Because a lot of the things that they have done with like loads of preparation.
私も賛成よ。今のところ一番有効な作戦だと思うわ。
And from what we've seen from like the judge panel that they had, they can be very, very disorganized. The room fell silent again.
テレサ、委員長、それにブローニャとゼーレ。みんなから見た私はずっと危険に身をさらしてるのはわかるけど、今回は違う。みんなの力が必要なの。みんなのこと、そしてネゲントロピーの人たちのことを信じてる。だからみんなにも私のことを信じてほしい。
I mean, it's not like she's gonna be alone. I'm gonna guess that every single one of them is gonna be on the Hyperion to defend her. So even if you'd say that you wouldn't trust her to like be fine by herself, everybody's gonna be there to give her support.
バカキアナ。もちろん信じてるわ。ずっとね。
ただ、つい心配してしまうだけです。
That is true. That's what I mentioned. Everybody's gonna be in there, so they can do their part.
キアナ、大丈夫ですか？安心して。賞賛はある。キアナ。
Seele.
心配しないで、ゼーレ。みんながいれば安心できるから。ゼーレも頑張るよ。
And the other Seele would also do her best.
どうやら結果は出たみたいだな。では、今回の殲滅作戦は3日後に執行する。
Because who else is gonna take her to that spicy restaurant, that spicy Shinso restaurant, other than Kiana? The Theater of Domination. The assembly hall was exceptionally quiet. Oops.
もう分かってると思う。新たな情報を入手した。空の律者は近々北極の基地に移送されるらしい。
And just like they said, the information would be leaked.
これはあからさまな挑発だ。
The excited one stood up again.
これ以上我慢しろっていうのか。
But this time, no one came forward to object.
あいつらにとって私たちは雑魚、チーズにしか目のないネズミだ。だからこんな分かりやすい罠を張ったんだ。
They know.
この機会を逃したら私たちはネズミ以下になる。売られた喧嘩なら買ってやる。そして完膚なきまでに潰してやる。
Yeah, it's probably if they were to succeed in this like little operation of going into a trap and succeeding, it's like one of the a really insane morale drop for like the other side.
罠にかかったのはネズミじゃなくヒグマだと気づいたとき、奴らはやっと後悔する。
After this passionate speech, the space grew even quieter.
よく言った。
Oh, even the calm one, the one that's supposed to be like the smart one, the one that said that it was better to actually continue with guerrilla tactics, is joining in with the excited puppet. It turned out someone who was against him now stood up to root for him. Yep.
身の程を知らないあいつらに私たちを舐めるとどうなるか思い知らせてやろう。本物の団結を見せてやるんだ。ああ、その通りだ。
Voices of agreement and approval soon drowned the entire hall.
そうだそうだ。もう見下される日々はごめんだ。
今の私たちには力がある。仲間もいる。これは団結した私たちにしかできないことだ。そうだそうだ。
そうだそうだ。
よし。
The puppet on the judging panel signaled all to be quiet with a thump.
では、今回は満場一致で。
An unanimous vote of everybody raising their hands.
空の律者に総攻撃を仕掛ける。
And we'll be waiting for you.
状況はどうですか？レーダー範囲内に異常なし。わかりました。引き続き待機します。北極まであと半分。
急がば回れ。敵もそれが分かってます。
Well, there's a glitch in my game, so I have to go now. Bye. Alright, Strom, thanks for hanging by. I'm gonna be ending after this like stage anyway, so there's like not much left to the stream. I'll be like stopping soon. So yeah, bye bye, Strom. Have a nice night, because if I remember correctly, it is nighttime for you. And have a good sleep if you're going to sleep. Bye bye. The left side is fine. Check the right side of the ship. Here's that they let me choose characters, but they still like gave me the trial character, which is like Bronya.
来たわ。船尾方向より高速接近する飛行物体を複数検出。作戦準備を。
Flying objects approaching at high speed.
ブローニャたちのいるエリアです。せっかく
Oh, there they are.
ないがしろにするわけにはいかないだろう。これはバイクを奪われた小娘と治療を拒否した患者じゃないか。注意して。
I hope I didn't go too fast. Maybe I should wait to attack the enemies later on the next couple of like battles.
また私の番。ゼーレ、敵がそちらに向かってます。わかった。ブロニお姉ちゃん、安心して。
Oops, wrong one.
ロザリアとリリアのこともお願いします。任せて。いや、久しぶりだ。黒と白のお姫様。子供を連れて散歩中かい？
Alright, there we go.
私に任せて。ご協力を。しないで。
Actually, with how strong they are, I probably don't even need to like swap characters. I'll probably just do it with Senadina, since I have Senadina's pre-arm and full equipped.
船内に入りました。また私の番。
Hyperion.
調子はどう？キアナ。大丈夫だよ、テレサ。
Kiana was in a makeshift EM barrier. She was the bait, but her contact with the puppets would better be kept at a minimum.
落ち着いてるわね。昔のあなたならとっくに飛び出してたのに。そうだね。でも私が言い出した計画だからちゃんと最後までやり遂げないと。何の音？
Disturbing giggles came from every direction.
人形？もうここまで入ってきたの？
I really like the laugh. The giggles continued, but there was no sight of any puppet. As if found in a hide-and-seek game, the puppets swarmed out from the ventilation pipes. Keep the enemies away from Kiana? Easy. Yeah, I don't even have to finish the combo. Mm. Oh? As long as you don't use their Herrscher powers. Yokoso, Yokoso. All right, I remember where I am, where that Yokoso is coming from. Nier Automata, if I remember correctly, it's 9S when he gets into the tower. That's where I remember the Yokoso. I think that's exactly the point in time from Nier Automata that I remember. The Yokoso. And what would you look at that? I wanted to end it there, and the game gives me a choice. And I wonder if it's because there's a trial character on this stage. Yes, it's because there's a trial character on that stage. It was pretty strange that it actually lets me use my own characters on this stage. But oh well. I think it stops at a perfect spot in time where Kiana gets taken into the Theater of Domination and probably has to fight in order to survive, since she's gonna be the only one that's gonna be there and nobody else was taken in, because Kiana is like the entire plan of the puppets is to take Kiana and take her power. Yes. And if they can take their power, they can take like 2 cores at once, because apparently she has 2 cores. I thought there were more, but I guess I was wrong. I wonder which are the cores that she has inside of her. It's not the fire one, because that was the one that was with Himeko. And it's not the thunder one, because that's the one that is with Mei currently. And she's supposed to have 4. So only wind and death are missing. What happened to the wind one? What happened to the Herrscher of Wind's core? I can't remember. So it might be death, the one that she has. Yeah, I can't remember at all. She's supposed to have like her own core, Sidon's core, which is the core of the void, and she's supposed to have another core that they were talking about, and I don't know which one of the 2 that I mentioned is the one that she actually has. It has to be death, or it has to be wind. I don't know if it is in wind because of the thing that happened with Cocolia, and maybe the core got destroyed or something like that. It might be death. Huh. Humu. Anyways, pretty interesting chapter, because it's sort of like it really is like the middle of the arc where stuff is like going on, like things are going bad and things are going wrong, stuff is like happening, action is happening. It starts with a lot of like explanations from like the side of like World Serpent with Mei, And it's also like a very very sort of like calm sort of like chapter where we also see more of like character development on the side of like the world serpent with like Raven talking about stuff. Actually, this was more of like a part that focused on Raven. There was a lot of like Raven and a lot of like knowing about her, knowing about the things that the way that she thinks, that how she's feeling about the things that are happening, her life before like World Serpent, the moment that she joined World Serpent, her leaving World Serpent at one point in time and then returning, and the thing about her brother. And there was just like a little bit of like May, and then here it's just like them like finding trying to find things about the puppets, finding something, but then it looked like they actually sniffed out what was going on, and then them having to actually work on a trap to be able to force the puppets out and then be able to attack back. But now we're at this point in time where we're in the Herrscher of Domination, because it was like an entire trap, but they actually succeeded in capturing Kiana. So now Kiana has to fight back against the puppets without using the power of the Herrscher of the Void, because if she uses the power of the Herrscher of the Void, they're going to be able to control the power of the Void. And if they're able to control the power of the Void and they start using it, then I'm pretty sure the side effects, which is the Honkai corruption, is gonna come back and hit Kiana, and from that, Siren is gonna probably end up waking up, because what we've been trying to like stop, like a lot of times and like a lot of the chapters, is the fact that if she uses too much of the powers, Siren can wake back up. She can find like a crack. She can find an opening on the seal that she currently has, that there currently is, to actually stop her from getting out, and she'll be able to take control of Kiana. And if she takes control of Kiana, then it's gonna get even like worse, because now we're gonna have the Herrscher of the Legion and the Herrscher of the Void on half her at her, with the power of like 2 Herrscher cores. Actually, wait. She's supposed to have. Man, just getting confused. When they were talking about the cores, were they talking about the core of the Herrscher of the Void and the extra core, or were they talking about the 2 extra cores? That's what I'm confused about that. Maybe I'm getting lost with it. But anyways, if they do get take control of that and Siren wakes up, it's gonna be hell breaking loose, and it's gonna be like all hands on deck, pretty much. So like Shixal needs to come in, the World Serpent needs to come in, like May is gonna have to like do something to like save Kiana, and it's just gonna be like an absolute like mess, because Kevin is gonna be brought into like the mix, and the only thing that Kevin will do is finish off the Herrscher. It's probably not gonna take any chances with Kiana, and that's how it's gonna go. And we also started like this stream with like a very 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 wholesome video, which was Sele's one-day adventure, which was very very nice. Looking at Sele, at Red Sele being very very jealous and everything going wrong, because everybody that is friends with Sele is actually a very nice person. So of course nothing would think badly of her. Bronia, Kiana. I'm surprised Tesla didn't get mad, but Tesla's an actual very good person. She's only like sort of like she doesn't have patience for people that she doesn't know about, people that she doesn't like really care about. So it's like I'm not really that surprised that she wasn't like mean to like Sele when she destroyed her like Tesla robot. Who else was there? It was the kids, it was Kiana, and it was Bronya, and it was Tesla, and I think that's it. And of course the funny thing of Einstein catching Sele and Bronya in the action of a Cabedon, and her being like, sorry girls, you guys can go on, my bad. The awkward moment when you're finding like the 2 kids doing something that you're not supposed to see, like catching them on like their private time kind of thing. Well, I can't wait to like continue with this. I wonder how long the last like half of the chapter is gonna be, but like I mentioned before, like the plan would be like, if it's long enough that I'm close to my ending time, I'd continue and with Post Honkai Odyssey Part 2, and starting up on those like daily stages that I need to do. Well, not daily stages, in like the experience that I need to like gain from like that I need to get from the weeklies, actually, for Post Honkai Odyssey Part 2. And if I have more time, if the second half of chapter 24 is actually short, then I might continue with a bit of chapter 25. Because of course I need to check how long chapter 25 is once it gets unlocked, because right now I can't check it. I am very much stopped from continuing with it. If it's short, I might like set it up to do it in like a single day, and if it is long, I'll also be asking chat if it's a long chapter to be able to actually schedule it correctly, so that I don't get like stuck in like an important moment, or if I like imagine if like this spot where I actually stop was like more important, like right here, or maybe like right here on like 24:12. Like it's gonna suck really bad if I have to do like the last thing. And the only time that I have done that is with chapter 11, because I was forced to actually stop because I needed to do the other worlds to unlock this. Alright, let's set this up so that it shows right here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Seeing those little videos of those official videos was like, it's like a fun thing. If there are more that I need to like watch, or if there are more that I need to actually watch out for, then do not fear in telling me. I will actually watch them, and at the proper time that I need to watch them, of course. And that's pretty much it. Tomorrow I'm gonna be part of like a collab, a little company collab of somebody that I met, another VTuber. His name is Seele. He also streams on Twitch, and he apparently created a very, very heavily modded version of Lethal Company. And you guys should know that games that are very heavily modded can turn into an absolute mess, which is perfect for collabs. An absolute mess of things happening for a lot of content to be born out of it. And of course, whenever I mod my games, I also heavily mod them so that they can be like unique. It's like a unique playthrough. I have no idea how many times I've actually played the Fallout games, but I've played them a lot, and I've modded them to, well, to high hell. They're like, you cannot even like see like the original game with all the mods that I just like add into it. And I also add some like some quality of life mods. Like there's a mod that I really like where it's like headshots like deal extra damage to like enemies, because I like to play in like very difficult on high difficulties in games, and some of the enemies become a really annoying bullet sponges, and it really sucks because later on you're just like stuck with the levels or like the power of like your weapons, and by erasing the damage on like headshots, then I can actually just like do something with it and not have to like deal with those bullet punches. It's a little bit of like cheating, but I really hate bullet sponges. I'm not a fan of bullet sponges in games. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow collab, I'll be doing it both in like YouTube and Twitch. I have to think about what I'm gonna be doing with the thumbnail, because so far I've only been doing thumbnails for like Honkai Impact, and they're not especially like pretty thumbnails. They're so like cute because I like my model. I like my model, and my model is cute. But they're very basic, so I'll have to work with that. I'll have to see what else I need to like prepare for a collab, because this is going to be my first time doing one, and I have no idea how other people do it. Shouldn't be too tough, I hope. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If anybody had fun while watching me playing Honkai Impact, I'll be continuing Monday with the rest of chapter 24, maybe a bit of chapter 25, maybe a bit of post Honkai Odyssey part 2, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna have a good weekend, and I hope everybody else has a very nice weekend. If you had fun watching me, then of course remember to maybe like, subscribe, especially the subscribe. That's like the most important part out of this like whole deal. Because you can get notifications whenever I'm gonna be going online, or maybe the scheduled post, my waiting room, will show up in the subscription box, so you don't end up missing it. Because I've also seen a lot of people actually end up watching the VODs, which is one of the biggest reasons why I decided to like start streaming on YouTube, because of the bots, and because they won't be gone in 7 days like on Twitch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And with this, I say bye bye. Have a good weekend. Bye.